you gotta respect. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, every Thursday is the spot. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, SSP cards that we've got. Tune in now, don't be late. Baseball cards, it's worth the wait. Chris and Jeff, they got the scoops on the cards with the best clues. Chris follows the Braves through thick and thin. Jeff's with the Brewers, always in to win. Their love for the game shines on the screen. Collecting cards, they're a winning team. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, every Thursday is the spot. Blabbin, bounce, Blabbin, SSP cards that we've got. From rookies to legends, big or small. Chris and Jeff,
Hall of Famer Kenley Jansen. I can't believe they lost that game.
How could you expect Kenley Jansen to get that save, Jeff? Come on.
Oh, man. That
Just
was
a joke.
Hall of Fame stuff he threw. Hall of Fame pitch to Matt Olson. I believe it's called grooving a pitch.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Olson said afterwards, and he's like, yeah, I saw Ozzy was just under a couple pitches, and it looked like those are ones that he was upset he missed. I mean, Jansen has nothing. He just has a cutter. He just throws like a 91-mile-an-hour cutter that barely cuts.
It's just the odds of him getting somebody out are about what the odds of anybody getting anybody out in Major League Baseball are, and he's piling up the saves.
Yeah. I think that's it though. I truly think that's it. I think they're done. That's an ERA over 6 with 3 blown saves in April. If that team has playoff aspirations, they've got to let Finnegan take over. Assuming Finnegan can stop walking, guys.
He got the save, right?
He did today,
yeah. Chris, did you get a chance to I know you're on location, as somebody pointed out. Did you get to chance to watch NCIS Origins this week?
I did not. It has been it's been a hectic week. I know. I think you said your action sequence was this week. We'll watch it when we get back. It's been a hectic week of my wife and I both being I was briefly sick. My wife is dealing with what I feel like is the plague at this point. I'm not even sure.
Yeah.
Every day it's like a new horrific symptom out of some horror movie. We had friends visiting us from Vermont, and I feel like they just brought with them some sort of syrup-laden virus that is just wreaking havoc, Jeff. But it's nothing Little Makers can't burn its way through.
Oh, drinking again this week. Yeah, it was a sad state of affairs when you couldn't have a drink last week.
Well, I was hoping I'd get some kind of like Blabbin AA chip, but we haven't created those yet.
No,
so we're gonna have to wait.
No. What's up, Keon? Yeah, I have a little bit of an angry take on this. The money pit for the Brewers that is Brandon Woodruff. It's very upsetting. I'm going to post an Instagram story about it tomorrow, but he's just looks like
I did not see what happened, Jeff. So if
he pitched for 1.1 innings today. His fastball didn't get over 85 miles an hour, and then they took him out of the game. And he said he has a dead arm. So, $22 million this year. I did the calculations, Chris, and he's pitched in 28 games over the last 4 years, over which time the Brewers have paid him $54 million. It's just, he's as bad as the Ryan Braun money pit for the Brewers. It's very frustrating. And whenever the Brewers actually need him to pitch, he's not there. So if this is the end of the road for him in Milwaukee, I love the guy, but it's just been a horrible experience for the team.
If it makes you feel better, just looking at the guy, he wasted all that money, Jeff. For sure, not 1 cent of it was invested wisely or will be used in a positive way. But yeah, that's just absolute trash. I hate that. And he will have a full healthy season in the next 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
So it'll be for the Cardinals or the Cubs.
I mean, they paid him when he missed that entire season.
Yep.
Sit around. Yeah, it's very frustrating. In better news, the Brewers did win. William Contreras is getting hot again, 4 for 4 today. He's looking like his top 5 MVP self from 2 years ago.
Yeah, I saw they blew somebody up. I saw the score was pretty high. Yeah. I sort of, if you watch the Braves game today, it was kind of funny to see Walt Weiss just be like, meh, if we win, we win. But he did not want to use like the A relief corps today. It was like a noon start after a night game. So it was Joel Payamps and the other Suarez and Jose Suarez and and Bummer. So that was 4 runs in the 8th and 9th inning, and they lost the game.
Speaking of Suarez, his name showed up. I was scrolling through one of my fantasy teams, and he was looking. He's like, Ranger Suarez is on the waiver wire. I'm like, no, this is a different Suarez. He's Suarez for Atlanta, and I did not pick him up.
But he's the third Suarez. There's Ranger Suarez, there's Robert Suarez, and then there's Jose Suarez. And Jose Suarez is far and away the worst of the Suarez.
Robert Suarez, until maybe the last start, Robert Suarez might have been the best Suarez this year. But you picked up Ranger.
I did. Hell of a, yeah. He was dropped in one of our leagues. It seemed a little bit of an early drop, but great start on Monday.
A little bit aggressive for a drop in a league where you have a bench.
Oh, Jeffrey, that is a fantastic find. Oh,
That's great.
He's got some really good Stadium Club image variations too.
He does, and we're going to get into Gunnar a little bit. He's having an interesting season.
Clifton cards. That's yeah.
I mean, at least Big Woo pretends he wants to be out there, so I guess that's a positive. But
I would argue, Jeff, that was Anthony Rendon homering left-handed off a position player a better moment than anything Woodruff has given the Brewers?
Probably, at least for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Michigan Cards and Graph says Suarez is walking dogs.
He should be soon enough. He is. He just throws absolute slop up there, and it looks like that's what he eats as well. Oh my God, there's a Eugenio Suarez. Josh, you're right. There's 4 Suarezes, and still Jose is at the bottom. Worst Suarez.
I do have one really important point that I can't believe we've got this far into the show without talking about. But Michaela posted. There's been a Jared Kelenic MLB sighting. I don't know. Did they play today? I don't know if he played. I know he got in for a pinch hitting appearance yesterday for the White Sox, which I believe at the beginning of the season, Chris said, if you can't make the major league roster for the Chicago White Sox, that might mean your time is done. They did bring him up. Both Michaela and I were scouring eBay to try to buy some more Kelenics out there.
I mean, I don't know her eBay handle, but I would love to see you guys being the only 2 bidders on like 6 different Kelenic cards.
bidding them all up. Yeah. Adley does have a good start. He's shown signs of life. I believe he actually is into the single digits WAR. He's got over 1 WAR on the year so far. So
that's more than the last 2 years, I think, combined.
Yeah, he's been bad. Might be too early to be resurrection, but
yeah. Mad City Brew. I love Drake Baldwin. I love him so much, but I own 0 of his cards, and I'm going to leave it that way. I really, really want his Topps Chrome update image variation with the bubblegum on the helmet or bubblegum bucket on his head. I love that card. The Superfractor was up for bids, and I told Jeff he literally had to like hold my hands behind my back to prevent me from bidding on it. It was painful to watch it go, but I think we're all better off with me not being involved in the Drake Baldwin market.
Ooh, Clean Cards 5 sent me an eBay listing. It is a very nice card. Appreciate that. Thank you for sending that.
Ooh, oh boy.
I may have to buy it while we're on the show. And speaking of buying on the show, if you buy, please use, where is it? Oh, it's over here. It's behind Chris's head, which nobody said anything about us being in the wrong places.
I didn't even think about it. That's, my head is all over the place, Jeff.
Yes. So if you buy anything on eBay, shout out to those of you who bought the Otani Star Wars card, because there were a couple people that bought that using our code after we showed it on our latest PSA reveal. So thank you.
That was a really cool card. I don't remember seeing that card before, and the Jim Abbott-ness of Otani's hand plus the whole design, it looks really cool. So yeah, we had a couple people message us in our Spitball and Discord saying that they grabbed that set after Jeff's PSA card popped, and that's really cool. That's one thing I love about this hobby, Jeff, is people are still randomly posting stuff that you and I have never seen before.
Yep.
And off we go to spend money on it.
And we're sending stuff to each other that we haven't seen.
Yep. Dave's Braves cards, I believe it's Yordan Alvarez, but I'm not 100% sure. I know Matt Olson.
Now. For a while, it was Langoliers, but especially after today, Yordan, who's like almost triple crown.
I know Matt Olson is sitting at 2 WAR right now. I think Yordan is as well. I think Drake Baldwin is right at 2 WAR.
Jose Soriano had 3 WAR, but I know we're talking position players.
Yeah.
He had 2.8.
He's been absolutely insane.
I have
hold on.
not won any Superfractors, SFO Sox fan. Thanks for
And
asking.
SFO, I wanted him to win that Stadium Club Chrome one, that 2020. I thought he put a very respectable, aggressive bid on it, but someone wanted it more.
I mean, I bid $150 over what it was with 2 seconds left. So I thought that would get it for me, but it did not.
I'm thinking Mad City Brew might own that. Or by the way, he says did Mad City Brew, did you win that Superfractor? If you did in 5 years, when Baldwin's got 2 MVPs, you can sell that to me for whatever, 3 times more than what you paid.
3 times, yeah, probably more than that if he wins 2 MVPs.
Oh, Michigan Cars and Grass. Yeah, McGonigal actually. He's over 2. It might be him. I don't know. We'll have to pull up the leaderboard. We could do that right now, actually.
Yeah, let's pull it up. Or whoever asked the question might want to.
Great. Give me 5 minutes to just.
He was giving us Matt Olson.
Oh, it is Matt. It is. Oh, yep. Well, according to. Oh boy. Ay, come here.
Ed City Bruce says he didn't win, and I'm not sure what he's talking about. Then, yeah, I had to shave today. Thanks for noticing, DGen. Yeah, I had to shave. Chris is indeed the coolest dude around. I'm glad we can still do this, even though Chris is on the other coast, and it's the middle of the night over there, I believe.
It's only 9 o'clock. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. That's like dinner time for Chris. So
yeah, I mean, this is where. All right, I'm the Baseball Reference website, Jeff, is just a mass of pop-up ads at this point. I'd rather just pay $2 a month than have to see. I feel like honestly, I'm looking through adult websites with the amount of pop-ups that I have to click through. It is outrageous.
Well, make sure you share them. We don't get demonetized. Tip of the mid collectibles. Yes, love fish tanks. If you use the link, either the QR code above or the link that's in the description, we get like 1% or 1.3% or 1.4% or something of whatever sale it is from eBay. If you click on that and then purchase from eBay directly using that link or bid on anything after using that link, it like works for 24 hours. And then, so you have to keep doing it. So we appreciate those of you who keep finding your way back to the descriptions in our YouTube or our QR code to do that, because yes, it's not a lot, but it adds up. So we really appreciate it. Gets us, allows us to pay for the StreamYard service and etc. So thank you. The etc., by the way, is my crippling alcoholism, which Jeff is kind enough to lump into the phrase etc., which I do appreciate. This is what ESPN has. Maybe they're using Fangraphs WAR. I'm not sure. But yeah, they've got Jordan at the top and then Mike Trout. That's just this. I'm not sure where this list is coming from. McGonigal, Ben Rice, Matt Olson at 1.6, but I saw him on Baseball Reference with 2. So I'm not sure. Yeah. But I know Olson, Jordan, McGonigal, they're all right around 2. They're off to huge starts. Yeah. Let's just take that board down. There's some people off to some terrible starts as well, which we can get into. Yeah, which we might have to get into, Jeff. Before we get going, though, I did just want to say, Will Z, thanks, buddy. I appreciate the incense being burned. I am here in Charlotte, but unfortunately, it's not as fun as it normally is. My dad passed away in January, so there is no wax being ripped anymore, which is very sad. So I'm here with my mom. It's not really the same, which stinks. We've been going through some old photos, and I wanted to share with you guys a picture in case you didn't think I was always as cool as I am now, as someone was kind enough to point out. Let me grab this photo here. This is me, and Jeff can tell you without me telling Jeff, he'll tell you what year this is. Oh yeah, I could immediately identify, but anybody in the chat who's an old head like me and Chris might be able to take some of the context clues. That is Chris, in case you're wondering. Chris is the shorter person in this photo. Yes, I am in front with that really, really nice polo shirt, that very subtly striped polo shirt there. We, my parents, my sister and I were headed for a 5-day cruise from I think it was New York to the Bahamas for 5 days. Thanks, guys. And I remember my parents saying, only bring what you're going to need. Like, this is 5 days. You're just packing, you're packing the essentials. And I understood the assignment, Jeff, as I think you would as well. Oh, you've got the essentials. Probably no underwear there, but you've got the most recent edition of Tough Stuff. Yep, I got the new Tough Stuff with Mark Grace on the cover. Of course, remember those classic sets? That's got Nolan Ryan right there. Yes, I see a classic. Yep.
And of course, a binder full of what looks like 1990 Upper Deck baseball cards.
Or at least the stickers on the front. We
For
know
sure,
that they covered many a binder around that time.
Mm-hmm.
We had some guesses. An 83 guess even showed up.
Wow,
Here.
that person's an asshole. And if M. Parsons, please remove that person from the chat, unless it was you.
It might have been M. Parsons. We got 84, 89, 90. You guys are right in the ballpark.
Yeah,
yes, that
is
1990. Some questions about your hat, Chris. Is that a Harry Potter hat? A Harvard hat?
I did not invent Harry Potter. Trust me, guys. The backgrounds you see on my videos would be much bigger and shinier if I invented Harry Potter. It is a Harvard hat. My grandfather was a graduate of Harvard, which my mom was very proud of. It's probably the most impressive thing anyone in my family has ever done, still to this date, Jeff.
Except for the show.
Of course, this show notwithstanding. Yeah. So he was always giving me hats and T-shirts every time I saw him. So I was well equipped in Harvard hats for most of my youth growing up.
Kevin Morales has a guess of 1957. The color photography didn't give it away.
There's a hologram in those holograms weren't invented. Come on.
Yeah. There was also a comment about your sister that she was mean mugging.
Oh, 100% she's mean mugging. Hold on.
Giannis would be proud of that mean mug, I have to say.
Yeah,
she doesn't have time for this.
No, she does not have time for this. And she was absolutely disgusted by the fact that I was just carrying baseball cards around with me constantly. She was embarrassed of me now, Jeff, or embarrassed of me then, and for sure remains embarrassed of me to this day. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure she appreciates you showing this photo to the dozens of watchers we have.
Hey, she might be watching, Jeff. She's a subscriber.
That's
wait a second. We just lost a subscriber. So she was.
She was a subscriber. Sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, this photo really put a smile on my face in what's been a pretty sad start to the year over here. But yeah, it's nice
says he'll have his Dodgers cards to remember him. Did you repossess his collection? I know he was keeping a lot of Dodger cards.
Yes, he definitely was. The Alk lines were discussed amongst the siblings, but kind enough to be given to be handed to me. And I want to thank some of you guys were really cool and sent my dad cards through the years. Like off the top of my head, I know Bazooka Tom and Forbidden Donut. You guys especially sent some really cool stuff to my dad. He appreciated it. He was really excited. It was always hard to explain to him that I'm on the internet talking about baseball cards, and people I've never met, that he's never met, that have never met him, sent me something for him. It was like too many steps. It's like when someone tells a story and they're like, oh, well, my cousin's like wife's ex-husband's third cousin.
Removed.
And you're like, what? It was kind of like that. But yeah, he really appreciated. He got very excited over some of like the K-line stuff that you guys sent him. He really appreciated it. So thank you guys very much.
Yeah. And sorry to hear you won't be opening any more bar boxes. I know that was a thing that you guys enjoyed doing together.
Yes. And if any of you guys, if your dads are still alive and you guys follow baseball together, I highly recommend doing that. It was a great like bonding thing for us to do. There's a great line in the movie City Slickers, Jeff. I'm sure you've watched.
Oh yeah.
I just can't remember if it was Billy Crystal that said it or Daniel Stern, but he said like my dad and I, even when we couldn't talk about anything else, we could always talk about baseball. And that is very, very true. Like we had our disagreements. There's stuff that we more or less agreed we would never talk about because we weren't going to see eye to eye on it. But even during like times where we didn't get along, we could always be like, oh, well, Dodgers won last night and talk about the box score. It was always there, as like
that's a great point. And just Michigan Cards and Graphs does want to remind you something you can ask your sister next time she gives you a hard time about baseball cards.
No. Yeah, she would say no, but knowing her, she would also have found that same card then sold for like 3 times that amount 6 months later and rub that right in
and rub it in. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe just leave that one alone.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sorry who posted that. I didn't see who posted that one right before.
Situational Adventures.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. It's tough. And as we get older, Jeff and I are in our 40s, and a lot of our friends are now in their 40s, and it stinks. But as we get older, our parents get older, and sometimes we lose them, and it's an unfortunate fact of life. We're lucky to have them for as long as we do, you know.
Right. Yeah. Battery says he's all out of parents. So completely sending good thoughts to you, Chris, and your family. I know it's tough to go through. I'm sure it's really difficult for your mom. Sorry to hear that you and your wife have been sick, and so I haven't even really been able to see your mom too much there. But I'm glad you're there to visit.
Yeah, SFO, I'm going to gloss over that comment so we all can keep our eyes as mist-free as possible as the show goes on. But we are here to focus on happier things. We like to think of our show as a nice little distraction from the horrors of the real world. So let's talk about some baseball cards, Jeff.
All right, let's get just one more comment. My father and I only agreed on Nolan Ryan, so that's true. Yep. If there's nothing else you can agree on, you can either complain about the umpires, which is universal, or find a player. So
yeah, I mean, how could you disagree on Nolan Ryan? Yeah, that's exactly Gigi's cards. Perfect example, man. Well said.
So do you still have that tough stuff with Mark Grace? As people mentioned, he was kind of a legend. Led the decade in hits.
Oh yeah,
in the 90s. He was also famous for some of the methods he used to get out of a slump when he was going downhill. He probably wasn't a favorite of the more religious-oriented teammates he had, but it sounded like he always had a good time.
Yeah, I remember the 1989 LCS was like the Will Clark, Mark Grace show. I feel like every single game they were each like 3 for 4, and it was just who's going to get the clutcher hit as the games wore on. And Will Clark.
And there were 2 young studs. They looked like they were going to be the first baseman to cornerstone that National League All-Star lineup for the next decade.
Yeah, I think that was the series. Will Clark, unfortunately, I hate to say it, took Greg Maddux out behind the woodshed and ended up winning the series. I think that was the series actually that began pitchers putting their gloves in front of their mouths, Jeff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think Maddux got Will Clark, I believe, later said it like he saw Maddux say like fastball away or something, and then like grand slam. And so I think from that moment on, hemophobic. From that moment on, I think it was gloves in front of the face. Is it Nordic Prince? No, Jeff is not Nordic. He has that that Wisconsin tan, if you will.
Well, I do. I do have Swedish ancestry, which is.
So do I, actually. I wonder, Jeff, how many generations back until we're related?
Yeah, well, everybody who watches Spitball and thinks we're the same person. So
that's very true. That is,
This was a card that score traded. So Clark's rookies were in 87, and then in 88, when Grace scored, that was like the first short printed set, if you remember. Well, not the first, but
it was one of them.
Yeah, 84 Fleer update, of course, but those were just myths at the time. But you could once in a while find that 88 score traded set, and then usually you saw Grace through 2 inches of plastic.
Oh yeah, that was like occasionally at a show you'd see it for like $200 and be like, oh, someday. Now you can buy them on eBay probably for like less than 20 shipped.
Yeah,
but I see Chris C here saying that I think wasn't Will Clark the guy who was first major league at bat was Nolan Ryan, and he homered on like the very first pitch he saw.
Really?
I think that was Will Clark.
Was when Nolan Ryan was with the Astros, then I'm assuming?
Yes.
Clark was with the Giants.
Oh, here's a great trivia question. I wish I put into. I didn't expect to talk so much about Mark Grace. And by the way, I am just making so much eye contact with 11-year-old me in this photo as we go. With what team did Mark Grace win a World Series championship?
D-backs? Was he on the D-backs squad?
He was on the D-backs, yeah. That's right. He got the base hit to start the rally in Game 7.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, Craig Counsell played a big role in that series.
He sure did. Yeah, hemophobic. Yep, Collector Charles. That's right. Diamondbacks. Ooh, and the year. Gold Grinch. Oh, there we go. Yes. Yep, beat the Yankees. I like the extra added touch there. So even if you never like the Cubs, if you hated the Yankees, you got to love Mark Grace. Base hit off Rivera as a lefty. That's not easy to do. Not easy to do.
Tony Womack, probably the first time his name's been mentioned on Blabbin' About Slabbin'.
Yeah, where's GG's cards? We giving away something? We just mentioned a new player. Yeah, that rally is crazy. Tony Womack with the game-tying extra base hit off of Mariano Rivera. Not a phrase you would ever expect to say.
Did Grace finish his career on the D-backs, or did he go elsewhere? Was he a journeyman at the end? I can't remember.
Without looking it up, I assume he retired after that World Series. I don't know why you'd come back outside of money, but I'm sure I see you doing the same. Outside of money, I don't know why you would come back.
Spartan Domer with a philosophical question. What advice would you give 11-year-old Chris today? Non-baseball card related advice, perhaps he means.
Oh, come on. All the advice was going to be in
tell your Greg Jeffries.
No, it would just be don't spend a cent on anything. And in December of 2020, spend every cent you have on Shohei Ohtani auto rookie cards.
Boom. Yeah.
That's really the best advice you give anybody.
In the booth. Yeah, he was in the booth for a while. You're right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, what Gigi's cards from last week. Was that 2 weeks ago, Chris? When did we do that challenge? Was that
2 weeks ago? 2
weeks ago. Gigi's cards generously agreed to donate to a charity if Chris and I could make it through an entire episode without referencing a card that we had talked about before. We didn't do great. We did pretty well, I got to say. But Gigi still wants to make the donation, which is awesome. And yes, in Chris's dad's name would be great. So
I would say like the ASPCA, like an animal shelter or something like that would be great. If we were doing it in my dad's name, he loved dogs more than he loved the Dodgers, Jeff, and that's a lot.
That's hard to believe. Oof.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's wondering, Chris, if this is that's not your childhood bedroom.
No, I am in. No, excellent question. She did not paint that bedroom Fenway green. No, my parents were in assisted living in Charlotte, so I'm in like their I guess it's guest bedroom / storage, in their apartment. So there's a lot of weird stuff in here. You right behind me. There's like just random travel souvenirs on the wall. Usually I face that way, but it's largely inaccessible these days. So, yeah, Chris, the animals are the best. Animals are definitely the best.
Okay. Yeah, Apple stock. You can't go wrong with
that would have been good.
Ohtani.
Yeah, in 1990, Google, I don't think Google existed yet, but yeah, Apple stock in 1990 would have been, that would have been a good thing to buy.
Yeah. Let's see. What else did it? Yes. 7. We're dealing with Filmington to get this pets channel going in the Patreon.
Filmington is too focused on looks maxing, whatever the hell that even means.
I think there's a looks maxing channel already, but not a pets channel.
I'm pretty sure at the National, he's going to have broken his jaw in like 3 places, and he's going to look like some kind of alien person.
You take a hammer. I think you take a hammer to the bones.
Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about his mental state, but that's what I said the day I met him. So nothing has changed.
Between looks maxing and Topps Dynasty, he's gone down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. All right. We have a bunch of stuff we want to talk about today. Jeff, I want to get to my topic first because I feel like it's really relevant.
Great.
All right.
So yesterday, while you're doing that, quick rundown. I'm from Milwaukee, just outside Milwaukee, lifelong Brewer fan. Chris, while he's from New Jersey, also grew up in the era of TBS, became a Braves fan, and that's the origin story.
Yes, I am 100% getting one of these new the Brave City Connect jerseys. I absolutely love the fact that there's no buttons. I love the TBS reference on the arm. If I can get one without the Quickcrete logo, though, Jeff, that would be ideal for me. We'll see.
I don't know if you can. No, maybe you just got to cut it off.
Yeah. Wills, that's like the main reason to join the Patreon. Shirtless pics of Ron Fig. That is wordplay and a half, my friend. All right. If you guys watch these Braves Tigers games, Matt Olson yesterday with a walk-off, as we briefly mentioned, off of Hall of Fine closer Kenley Jansen. And a lot of people were messaging me about Matt Olson on Instagram, and I was talking about even Filmington and some other people about Matt Olson. Is Matt Olson someone whose cards we should be looking at? And I just want to take a minute and talk about what Matt Olson's cards are generally selling for and sort of compare them to a young player right now who is popular and hot, but has not accomplished what Matt Olson has accomplished, Jeff. Okay. So let's just take a quick second. So Matt Olson's 32 years old. And quick. It's hard to do anything quickly here as I've been drinking most of today. All right. Here's Matt Olson's baseball reference. He's 32 years old. He's got 41 WAR, which isn't. I mean, this is not a guy who's cruising to the Hall of Fame, Jeff. He's got a lot of.
No, but that's not bad.
It's not bad.
You're getting some angry feedback, just so you know. They know your reputation.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, and the fact that I'm talking about a guy who hasn't missed a game in 8 years or whatever it is, 6 years, is problematic. Trust me. I'm concerned about it as we speak. But one thing, I think the most interesting thing about Matt Olson here is he is 3 home runs away from 300, and he'll be 32. If he hits 30 more this year, Jeff, we're looking at 330. Real good shot at 500 for his career. Played Gold Glove, first base, defense. That WAR will probably get close to 60 before he retires. And I think that 500 home runs probably puts him right there.
If he gets 500 home runs, he's in.
Yeah, Stanton may change the math on how we all look at that number, but until
Stanton or even Schwarber, but given the body of work that Matt Olson has done, he's not a guy that is going to be batting 220 going in with 500 home runs. So
and he also adds defensive value, whereas Schwarber adds defensive entertainment.
What's the career WAR of the woman next to Olson? Oh, she's gone. Sorry. Now.
Sorry. You're just gonna have to whatever those ads are, guys. If
you guys use the referral link enough, we're gonna pay the few dollars to get this.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just honestly concerned, Jeff. That ad is going to start being that will start being that pillow that you see advertised absolutely everywhere. But if it is, so be it. Anyway, this is so.
Yeah, I know which pillow you mean.
Of course you do. Matt Olson's had a very good career, and he's in the middle of having a very good career. So his first Bowman Chrome autos are in 2013, and he's got refractors numbered to 500. What do you think those will be selling for? I mean, we're just going to jump into it. We don't need to make it a quiz. Here they are. All right, I see a couple of golds have sold. But so right here.
Hey, JT Canadian Card Hunter, 258 career average is not bad now. The average Major League Baseball average is well below that right now. It's not like it used to be. So batting average, people are taking a different look at batting average and then also comparing it to on-base percentage as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would without looking, I would guess that Reggie Jackson hit right around there too. But that is, again, if I'm totally wrong, come at me. But that's just a guess off the top of my head. That sound about right, Jeff?
Yep.
Okay, I want to take you down with me. All right,
yep.
So here are Matt Olson's. Yeah, here are Matt Olson's first Bowman Chrome autos. All right, let's just take a minute. They are absurdly cheap, right? That's his base raw for $50. We have a base PSA 10 for 168, a refractor PSA 9 for 126. I mean, you would think we're looking at Starlin Castro here.
That is incredibly low. And I think part of it has to be that he was on the A's when nobody cared about the A's. And I just think he's a little bit overlooked.
I think he's extremely overlooked. I don't think anyone cares about him at all. I don't think it matters what team he's on. He's kind of like a better. He's similar to Kyle Tucker, and he's just not flashy. Yeah. John Fry there. I get them on every single website, that I go on. It doesn't even matter. If I'm on like a dog website, I'm still getting those ads. which is curious, I have to say. Now, to be fair, I've also bought 2 of those pillows. So anyway.
Do they work as promised?
Maybe we'll save that one for the Blabbin About Slabbin OnlyFans
after dark.
Yeah.
Very good. Reggie was at 262, says Stewie.
I'm pretty excited about that. All right. So anyway, let me open this back. Where did it go? Okay. So again, we're just going to scroll through. These are all fairly recent sales. We're talking about extremely affordable stuff. That's a blue for $440. I see an orange at $14.50. I mean, that base auto, Jeff, $32.
$32. That's less than what you buy a blaster for right now. And you're going to get absolute garbage in there.
Yeah, you can literally. Yeah, Jeff, I was at Angel Stadium. They were selling Stadium Club blasters for $50. That or a Matt Olson first Bowman Chrome auto. There's a PSA 10 for less than $200. There's a refractor for $100.
You're making me want to buy these, but as Ron Fig points out, this is definitely a Blabbin grab, because by the time we go to actually look at these now,
listen, I would say if you're sitting on a pile of money, you could probably buy 10 of these and make some money in the next couple of months, because I want to compare these to someone else.
Okay.
So there's a young first baseman who's killing the ball right now, but his numbers are actually really similar to what Matt Olson's doing. But he's pretty hyped, and a lot of people are talking about him because he's got rookie cards this year.
Oh.
So I'm talking about Sal Stewart.
Hey, he's only 22 years old. He's got 10 years. Let's see what his prices are.
So Sal Stewart's first Bowman Chrome Auto raw is going for $300. Buddy, that's 6 times what Matt Olson's are going for. Do you think Sal Stewart, in all honesty, in all realistic, is he pushing 300 home runs in his age 32 season?
That's a lot to accomplish to get there.
And
not to mention, he's on a team that's not going to be really a playoff contender necessarily.
But Jeff, if he is,
Right.
let's say he is. Let's say he is. Does that mean his cards are going to drop 80%? Like, I don't know, but I look at this and I'm like,
Fernando's saying so. He's thinking not only the prospecting, but there's some of the intangibles. And I have to say, Chris, I don't know if did you see the video going around Instagram of Sal Stewart hitting in 8th grade, 9th grade?
yes, that's really cool.
Which is great. I was showing my son that. I mean, he was hitting in 9th grade. He was getting 100-mile-an-hour plus exit velocities, which is absolutely insane. So it was fun to see the progression of him as a hitter. And I don't think my friends that I've talked to that are Reds fans thought he was going to be good, but they didn't think he was going to be this good, this quick into his career. So there is a lot of hype there, but for a career, what he would have to do to get to the level that Matt Olson does, I'd say maybe there's a 2% chance.
I love Sal Stewart. I'm all in on Sal Stewart in fantasy this year. I liked him a lot. I love his name. I love the look, and he mashes the ball. But the price, the differential here is nuts. And I just feel like if you like to buy prospect cards, I think you're better off buying prospect cards of established players versus prospect cards of prospects. And I feel like this is just an example, Jeff. This is like one of the most stark examples we're ever going to see. And it's not like some of these guys you would say the sort of the older guys. I know our Filmington and Scott would say, forget the first Bowman autos, look for their dynasty rookies. Well, Olson doesn't. If you go back far enough, those guys don't have dynasty rookies.
Right.
Olson doesn't even have any. Olson barely has any dynasty cards.
I think he's got 1 year there where he pops up. This is interesting, Staley. Matt Olson feels like a younger Goldie. If he could win an MVP, maybe we could get the bump. Yeah, I mean, like Goldie, he was in a bit of a smaller market. Goldie was in Arizona when he was doing a lot of his damage. Goldie ran a lot too, though. He was kind of a 30-30, sneaky 30-30 guy. Yeah,
he put up WAR numbers that Olson's going to – I mean, we'll see if Olson can match a top Goldie WAR number this year because, yeah, Goldie was matching base running with defense and offense, and Olson's got 2 of those 3. So he's admitted one of the slowest players on the team. But he's locked in right now. He looks great. And the Braves need him because Acuna's not doing much, and Austin Riley appears to have forgotten how to play baseball entirely. So we'll see how that works out.
Cardaholic, yes, totally agree. People want the hottest player now to make a quick buck. They don't really care about the old guys. Yes, that is all true. So if we're just thinking, Chris, like let's say you had, let's make it easy, $1,200. So you could get roughly 3 Sal Stewarts, or you could get, say, 10 Matt Olsons. At the end of this year, what cards do you think would be worth more?
Matt Olson. I'm buying all the Matt Olsons, and I would have specifically, if I scroll up, a couple gold sold. Yeah, I would buy one of those. That's a Matt Olson like Bowman Chrome gold for under $1,000.
Where is that? Oh, can you share that one?
Sorry, I'm on the wrong tab.
Yeah.
There we go.
2 of them. You can get a gold refractor auto Yeah, what a great buy from that person, whoever bought that.
There's two of them. I'm guessing the same person grabbed both.
That's smart.
But yeah, I mean, right there, I feel like and he's not the only one. There's plenty of guys in that age area. All right, here's another example. 426. I'm going to switch over here. 426 Sal Stewart's orange sold for $4,200, Jeff.
Yeah. Wow. So you could have bought those two Olsons and still had over $2,000.
Yep. And here we go. 423 Matt Olson's orange sold for $1,450. That's 1/3 the price.
Mad City Brew, you're not wrong. And even look at James Wood. His second half was atrocious. Now he's bounced back a little bit. Chris, did you see that home run he stole from Juan Soto today?
I did see that. It pays to be 6'7"
of them out there.
Right. Yeah.
You're right. A lot of adjustments could be made. There's a lot baked in, I think, as Gigi said.
Yeah, of course, Chris C with the obvious. You could just go buy the best Otani you can for $4,000.
Or pick up some wax, Chris C. Pick up another box of wax from 2018.
Yeah, but you can get an update box. An update jumbo maybe. Oh,
yep.
Will Z, which one? The Matt Olson or the Sal Stewart? Knowing you, I'm thinking the Matt Olson. And Joan Lee Johnson, if I'm seeing that correctly. Yep. You are absolutely right. If you're going to a show as a dealer, a table full of Sal Stewarts is going to get a lot more interest than a table full of Matt Olsons. And I'm even in Atlanta. I think that's very true. But if you're willing to play the long game, if you're willing to be patient, it's the older guys, I think, they're the cards you're going to want in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. All right, Will Z. Not to put you on the spot. That's an awesome pickup. Hopefully you used our code. Because that's like, that'll get Chris a whole bottle of Makers, perhaps.
I'm with a small bottle, like a travel bottle.
Yeah. Tip of the med guy. Now you're shopping Olson's. Yeah, the Blabbin grab. Next month, Chris and I are going to go buy these, and they're all going to be 3 times more expensive.
Yeah, Jeff, I got to work on my the order that we do things.
Filmington said the Olson orange sold on 430, but Will Z says he got it.
All right, well, there's 2 oranges. Like this one, there was another one sitting on eBay. Maybe that one sold. And by the way, 430 is today, is it not?
Look he used the code. Thank you, Will Z.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you. You beat Filmington to it. I can't believe Phil. It's not a dynasty. It's not a dynasty, Phil.
Yep. Sold today.
$100 more.
I was watching this one, thinking about it, but I wussed out. Jeff knows I frequently do.
Well,
yeah. I mean, I wonder if we look at like Guerrero, when Guerrero's 32, how are his numbers going to compare to Matt Olson? He'll have more hits for sure. But Olson's going to have more home runs, Jeff.
It's going to be tough to have more home runs, but man, Vladdy's hitting the hell out of the ball this year. Maybe this is the year he hits 350. Maybe he still only has 25 home runs. But
I'm not necessarily, again, please don't go buy a bunch of Matt Olson cards and be like, oh, Chris and Jeff said it. It's just a general statement. If you're looking at someone who's played 50 games and their first Bowman autos are a few $100s, look at someone who has been around for a lot longer and see what their first Bowmans are going for. And I bet they're under the radar. And I bet you'll be very, very happy with that purchase.
Question for you, Chris. Does Olson have any good SSPs variations?
That's a great question.
Ask.
He has 2 that I really like. If you give me a second, I will pull them up. And to be fair, I don't own either. I own neither of these. That's terrible grammar. I don't own either of these.
Gotcha. So you're not pumping. While you're looking that up, GG Cards relays a story about trading Colby Rasmus Bowman first auto for a very good, excellent Mike Schmidt rookie back in 2005. The guy called me an idiot because Rasmus was can't miss. Prospecting is silly. Well, don't tell that to my Jared Kelenic collection.
Yeah, I mean,
too late. Tip of the mid is already swapping in his 401k for Matt Olson cards. So when he's on the street, only you to blame.
All right. Oh my God, this one. All right, I was watching this one too, and it just sold. All right, you guys doing this? Am I doing this? Who's doing this?
Who's buying them?
Son of a gun. This is, I think, his best image variation, and I don't own it yet, and it irritates the hell out of me. I just don't want to. And this is the opposite of what I'd normally say, Jeff. I don't want to pay up just because the image is really cool, but Jesus Christ, this image is effing awesome.
It is.
First of all, it's right up his asshole, which is, the place.
Yeah, a nice glute, low angle glute shot.
It's an angle and a half. Filmington can weigh in on his, rectal maxing here. But look at the sunset. Look at the stands behind him. Like, yeah, this is I think this is by far his best on-card image that we've ever seen.
So you're saying you don't want to pay up for it because of the image. What are the prices?
Chris
Can't believe you don't own it.
I know, trust me. Like, another thing is,
how do you not have this as 7?
Yes.
This is a 10 out of 10 Chris card.
Yeah,
you better go buy it now before it triples in price.
They don't show up is the other problem. Like, even as soon as I saw this in 2023, Jeff, I had to save search for it. I've never seen more than one up. It always has like a stupid ask. All my offers got declined, and then he ends up selling it to somebody else. I did not even see this PSA 10 was up. It wasn't even on my watch list. I saw it in I just found it looking at ended listings, completed listings.
Okay.
So that's a bummer. I would definitely have bought that. All right, and this is the other one that I really like. Jake would not approve of this one.
While you're thinking about that, Staley's asking if you can get a pump on Cole Young. Apparently, you picked him up in fantasy, which I just blocked that out of my mind. But he forgot how to hit.
No, he said he will forget how to hit. He hasn't yet. Here's the other one. This is the 2025 Golden Mirror for Matt Olson. I really like this card. Focus on the champagne. It's a little. Honestly, Jeff, I almost feel what Jake says. What our buddy Shorpener Day says about players celebrating non-World Series things, because the 2024 Braves were an absolute disaster.
Yes.
So much went wrong. Acuna got hurt. Then everyone else got hurt. But they did. They clawed together and they managed to make the playoffs. Then the Padres just beat the hell out of them for 2 games. But they did manage to get there. And you can see the release. And that innuendo was meant. The sort of the satisfaction, if you will, of that accomplishment. And they deserve to celebrate that. The broken corpse of that team that made the playoffs. And again, that was the year that Chris Sale won the Cy Young, Jeff, but got hurt like a week before October.
Of course.
He couldn't make a playoff start. But the team, they deserve to celebrate. So I need a copy of this one as well.
Yeah, and I guess that's where I disagree with Jake, because there's a lot of people on that team who probably were never on another winning team ever in the majors. So celebrate.
This was Matt Olson's first, I believe. Did the A's make the playoffs when he was there? God, I don't want to go look it up. I just rather just make a blanket statement without researching it and be told I'm wrong.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will Z. I agree.
Yeah.
Celebrate it.
Yeah, the season's long. If you can battle through 162 games and be one of the last teams standing, celebrate the hell out of that. If nothing else, is a great excuse just to get drunk in the clubhouse with your buddies.
Plus, now they get to put these fancy goggles on. It just nobody pokes an eye out.
Yeah. So, yeah, those would be the two. I believe he doesn't have a ton of SSPs earlier because he wasn't a big name. His rookies are in 2017. But yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of SSPs. There's an opening day one, but
2020, we're getting a 2020 playoff reminder
for the A's.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 2019 apparently. Okay. All right.
It's hard to remember that the A's were good, but they were pretty good, weren't they, Jeff?
They were good, then terrible, then good, then terrible, then good, and now moving.
Again, you and I cannot wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
But
which, by the way, I keep forgetting to ask you about this, Chris. I might as well do it publicly. A friend of mine is going to Las Vegas because the A's are there playing a series, and it's against the Brewers. So he was asking if I wanted to go. So I said, well, let me check with the guys, see if they want to go see a baseball game in Las Vegas.
When?
So think about it. June, second weekend of June, maybe.
This year? Where are they playing?
I don't know. I
All right,
don't know. I think they've got a AAA stadium there, right? So they're probably playing at that.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back to that. All right. If you are a Braves fan, as I am, and you just want to sort of celebrate Matt Olson being on your team, which we all do. I remember what I said last week. one of the overreactions, and boy,
Ox Cars is going to be there. Great. Yeah, let's meet you up.
Here's Matt Olson's first Atlanta Brave image variation. 2022 Topps update. Freeman got an SSP as a Dodger in the batting cage. Olson just got the SP.
Is that opening day festivities? I
Yes.
see the pyrotechnics going on there.
Excellent word. Yeah, pyrotechnics. We got the home whites. And it's got to be a little bit weird for Matt Olson because he wasn't there, but he is still wearing what appears to be the World Series champ
Patch?
Yeah. Yeah, we should definitely look into doing that in June. We'll see.
Yeah, if anybody else is going to be there, it sounds like there's going to be a few people there. It would be great.
I mean, really, it's going to be tougher for you than it is for me.
Because I'm going to be cheering for a team?
Well, no, because you have family responsibilities back at home.
That's true. There's probably some baseball going on. Well,
I can just tell the wife I'm going to the store and come back in 2 days. And
right. Maybe if we can use your private jet, that would be much easier than having to drive there, say.
We'll see if maybe Filmington can pick us up.
Yeah. Filmington. Yeah.
Maybe he can travel max us to Vegas.
I like that.
Oh, that's a problem. Oh, boy. That's a big problem.
All right. Now we know where we're staying. Great.
Yeah. Mr. Little Thor. Yeah. Let me just, drinking a lot of dairy in my house. That excuse would already set off a lot of red flags. I think the door would be locked before I even got there with a lot of follow-up questions.
Emma Plummerman says just as long as Jelly's there, she won't even notice you're gone.
Yeah, it's 100%. She won't even notice. It'll be like 6 hours. She'll be like, yeah, take the dog out. And then all of a sudden, oh, well played. That's wordplay right there, and I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get Matt Olson off the screen here.
Okay, fine. But I like what you're thinking. I may have to go look at some Matt Olson cards. Of course, now they're probably going to be all.
They're all gone now.
As long as Phil wears that V-neck and oversized sunglasses, well, that is private jet, Phil. So yeah.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, Jeff Wilson has only one outfit, a black T-shirt. Filmington only has V-necks and big sunglasses. So they look in person exactly how they look on video.
It's called a uniform, Chris. Although you'll notice neither Chris nor I have jerseys on today, so we're not wearing our typical.
I forgot to pack one. Much like 11-year-old me in that photo, Jeff, adult me packed very poorly for this particular trip. I was in no condition to prepare for it, and I didn't have.
Did you bring your binder of cards, though? That's the question.
I should have brought a binder of cards.
Yeah. Man. Chris doesn't want Jansen to reach 500 saves. Is that true?
I don't care if he does it. It doesn't mean anything. It's utterly meaningless. It is completely devoid of any meaning. He's not. The Hall of Fame is the top 2% of baseball players. Kenley Jansen's not in the top 30% of players ever to play baseball. He was
guy who catcher for the Netherlands.
He was a guy who couldn't hit enough to be a catcher.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was a guy who couldn't pitch well enough to be a starter. So like, hey, I bet you could throw hard 20 times, 2 or 3 times a week. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. Neat. Being a major league reliever, Jeff, is one step away from being a guy at a carnival, throwing in a radar gun booth to win a stuffed animal for his kids. It's just not that. It's just, I'm not impressed.
Not impressed. Wilsey says this is all a sham. You're really hoarding cards of all those relievers. All
right, whatever. Seven Costanza agrees, and that's it. I'm out. Have a good night. I got one person on my side.
Oh, this is all right. We'll have to discuss this.
Yeah.
Red Rock Circle Bar. I like that. Anyone buying Marcell Ozuna cards has set a record for the worst April in Major League Baseball history. Any comments about Marcell Ozuna?
Marcell Ozuna was awful last year, Jeff. The Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, we have to give them some credit because the extension for Connor Griffin was great. They gave money to Brian Reynolds, which blew up in their face. But why did they sign? There was no reason. There wasn't a single metric. There wasn't like anything, any underlying number you could look at that indicated Marcell Ozuna might have a little bit more in the tank. and they gave him like 10 million and let Andrew McCutchen, a hometown hero, walk out the door.
They knew they weren't going to make the playoffs. This is what gets me. And we talked about this before. And yet their average age is much older than many playoff teams. Let the kids play. Find out what you've got in the minors. There's got to be somebody in the minors who could perform at Marcell Ozuna's level for the veteran or for the rookie minimum, much less $10 million.
I wager, Jeff, if you gave me those at bats, my results would not be demonstrably different than what Marcell Ozuna gave that team.
Well, that's true. He's probably got a negative WAR. I didn't look.
100% negative WAR. If I think I think Devers might have a lower WAR because he's also lost ground on defense. But yeah.
Fernando, first of all, let's clarify this. We're talking about the modern closer. I'm a huge Raleigh Fingers fan, and I've even got Chris slightly on board maybe with some of those guys. They were called firemen in our days, and they'd come in the 7th inning and pitch the rest of the game if they needed to. Raleigh Fingers has so many 2-inning and 3-inning saves. They weren't just specialists to face the 9th inning when you had a lead.
Oh, yeah.
They came in when the best part of the opposing team's lineup was in. I believe I'll have to look, but I think Raleigh Fingers pitched twice the innings that a guy like Billy Wagner did. So I love the old school relievers. The only newish one, Mariano Rivera, I do believe should be in the Hall of Fame because he was 100%. Incredible.
Yeah, I've said it before. I'll say it again, Jeff. I'm a big Fingers guy.
That's what the world knows about you.
Get the tombstone ready. Battery Kimbrel was great. I would say he was great for the first more than that, 8 or 9 years of his career. He was one of the, but he was doing it because he couldn't start.
Right.
He couldn't give you 40 pitches, give you 20. Ask the Phillies how good Craig Kimbrel is. I bet Bryce Harper has a ring if they never sign Craig Kimbrel.
JM Cards, this is an interesting point since I have Skeens on my fantasy team, and I texted the guys today wondering why he's getting hit around. Maybe this is the time to throw him that extension. He's looked human this year, so maybe try to coax him into signing an extension there. I don't think that'll happen, but
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Staley says you should send in your softball highlights to see if you can get the Pirates to.
I'll do it for free. They could even, honestly, the gambling is so prevalent now. They could even say, "Will Chris make contact tonight?" 3-1 odds. Yes, Fingers worked multiple nights in a row. Those guys like Willie Hernandez in '84. Look at the innings these guys. Even like Catfish Hunter and Goose Gossage. Sure, some of those guys gave up very famous home runs into very far parts of stadiums in big moments, but they pitched a ton.
Eric Retzky, I didn't know this, that Raleigh Cade Johnny Bench on a fake intentional walk in the 7th.
Wow.
So was I'm going to have to look this up. Was the catcher doing the standard, sticking his arm out, standing up, and then all of a sudden he got down to the crouch and threw it over the plate?
There's video of that happening more recently, Jeff. Because the catcher did that and then crouch and they got the K. But it wasn't. I haven't seen footage of that from the '72 World Series. I'd be terrified to do that to Johnny Bench. That he might run out to the mound and just murder me,
punch you
with his massive hands.
Yes.
He just the mountain my head, Game of Thrones style. All right, Unier's cards. I think this says it all.
Sorry, go ahead.
John Rocker in the Hall of Fame.
He's in the.
Dennis Eckersley's different. He started for a long time.
Yes.
He proved he could do both.
That's kind of like the John Smoltz almost. I mean, Eckersley didn't go back to starting, but talking about giving up memorable home runs, that's what's going to happen sometimes as a closer.
Yeah. Are you going to be out there? All right.
Yeah. Mike Marshall was the original long reliever. Yeah. 208 innings with no starts. That's crazy.
Adaldos with some good Craig Kimbrel card facts.
All right.
These are great. Yeah, in 2011, Craig Kimbrel's rookie card situation is very interesting. His 2011 rookie card out of Flagship does not have a rookie card logo. And it's got some pretty amazing parallels. Oh, excuse me. He's got some great cards. I will say Topps treated him really. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to pull this up. There's a Craig Kimbrel card on eBay. Even I've considered buying, Jeff. Hold on to your hats. And as a Braves fan, I loved watching him come out. I did to pitch. There it is. How cool is this?
Totally, you got to share it.
Getting there. There we go.
Umpire calling strikes 3 feet off the plate for Greg. Maddox should be in the hole. Yes, that's a great use of the horizontal.
Perfect use of a horizontal.
Maybe this is SFO Sox fan. He says he's going to be posting card with a reliever.
All right, I look forward to seeing it. I for sure, Maddox and Glavine got some generous calls, but I feel like it all the karma evened out in that 1997 playoff game against the Marlins with Eric Gregg behind the plate, where Livan Hernandez struck out like 26 guys.
I mean, the if this is the normal home plate, it was like this for that game. As a hitter, what are you going?
If there were ABS challenges, Jeff, that game would still be going.
It would. It would.
Absolutely, it was a nightmare, and it felt like if that's what it felt like. It felt like payback, for people saying for years, "Oh, they're getting all these calls, and then Eric Gregg, well, I'm going to go ahead. Let me even this out. If the catcher can reach it, it's a strike."
Any thoughts on Kimbrel's ponytail, Chris?
None whatsoever.
Ken Tekulve, which was one of the first Submariners, 96 appearances for the world champion Pirates, the We Are family. That's incredible. That's the kind of relievers that we need. Now it's like you pitch 2 days in a row, you're not going to get the closer because they threw 24 pitches 2 nights in a row.
Yep. Battery Carlisle, that's another great. That's fantastic. Yeah. He has a couple other ones that are really, really good. They use the space because he's just so well known for that.
Which is so weird. It's just so weird.
Yeah. But yeah, they did a great job. Like that. Yeah. Look at him just fill that. It's great. And honestly, he's probably going to go into the Hall of Fame, and he should not, but
no,
either here nor there.
Tekulve did look like a substitute teacher or a serial killer, but man, he could throw the ball.
Yeah. Kimbrel had a great prime, but again, talk to a Phillies fan. Mention Craig Kimbrel to a Phillies fan. And on the 2023 LCS, Jeff, the Phillies should have steamrolled the Arizona Diamondbacks. But they lost 4-3. Of those 4 games they lost, how many of those losses were Craig Kimbrel's?
1? More than 1?
2. He was 0-2 with an ERA of 12.
Jeez.
He doesn't pitch in that series. The Phillies probably win it in 5. But he did, and they didn't.
Size matters, Chris, according to Eric.
I mean, if Eric Gregg, if he thought of home plate as his plate that he eats off of, then yeah, those were all strikes for sure.
It is funny watching some of those old clips. Oh, man.
But anyway.
Should we get to trivia? You want to throw the trivia link
one more
time?
I can't. We've been talking for an hour. Boy, time is flying. Yes.
Time flies. I tell you, this is the best hours of the week Chris and I look forward to. So sorry we get off on tangents.
Oh man. Yeah, WM Walker. Yeah, the fact that's a fantastic group of 3 guys. I would put those 3 guys in the Hall of Fame over any closer, and I'm including Rivera in that. Any closer. Agreed. And Rivera is a mile better than every other relief pitcher who ever played baseball. What he did in the playoffs we'll never see it again. It was domination at the highest level for 4 years. Wait, yeah. Well, all right, 4 out of 6 years. 95 through 01, the Yankees won the World Series every year except the 2 years Rivera blew a save.
Yeah.
96 through 01, sorry. Okay. That's actually really funny. All right, hold on. Let me grab trivia. Jeff, what are we playing for tonight?
For those of you who haven't been tuned into the channel, shame on you. But second of all, we did a PSA reveal earlier this week where Chris and I got to sweat it out before he left for the East Coast.
Yep.
Some good, some bad. And Chris is generously donating a card to the trivia prize. Let me take this off so I can get a good view of it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yep.
A 2020 Stadium Club Chrome. Bryce Harper in a mint 9. Look at that baby blue uniform. all slabbed up and ready to go. The ball coming in there.
Yeah, I would say that this sub, we have seen a lot of subs in the last. We've been waiting a while for this one. We sent it in December, so nearly almost 6 months, 5 full months. A lot of people are getting crushed with their subs, including some friends of ours. So I'm not gonna name their names and put them through PTSD again. So we got some 9s and 1 8 in the sub we were bummed about, but like overall, I think we did really, really, really well. I actually in our spreadsheet, Jeff, we had an 85% success rate on the sub,
which is even higher than usual, considering usually we're about the 80% rate. Will's is trying to petition to get the other one in.
Yeah, maybe if I play trivia, Will, after I make the questions.
Fish is fished. Yeah, I went clean shaven. Had to get rid of it.
It had to go. It's fun for a while, Jeff, but honestly,
yep.
Yeah, it ran its course.
To get my face back. Do you believe in the new cert price bumps? I have not heard of this.
No, there's a thing like the new people will pay more, Jeff, for the new PSA labels that have.
I mean, new, but in the last 5 years, right?
No.
I mean, even newer than that.
No, I'm saying I would not, but I know there are people that they see that old slab with like that, like almost like an Atari font, and they want.
Yes, I mean we're talking like 90s and early 2000s. Yes, because they don't have all the security features on here. Oh, here's a card that we had in it actually.
Oh yeah,
which I was kind of hoping to get a 10 on this, but as we talked about on the show, PSA is really tough on Topps black parallels, and I got a 9, which is kind of like a 10. So
I feel like that's honestly, I thought we have to be honest with ourselves, Jeff. As we prep for grading as the night wears on, we do have a cocktail or two, and I think our expectations sometimes exceed reality.
And I didn't expect it. I was hoping for it. I mean, you could see there's a tiny, if you squint, you can see a tiny bit of white there.
Yeah, we subbed that Skeens same card for our good buddy Ginterwood Minis, and it gemmed, and it's still, I believe, a pop 1. And that took our breath away. We knew it was clean, but we still, because of stuff we
still never know, right? It's like the thick cards that you send in.
Yeah. I quick shout out here to Cosmomania Sports Cards. That's brutal. I mean, there are times.
Let us know what you were looking for. Like, are we talking like 1970s, 1980s cards? Are they all ultra modern? If they're all ultra modern, you didn't get a 10. That's pretty bad.
Ultra modern chrome, especially, that's absolutely brutal. I mean, when I say wins, I don't mean we got an 85% gem rate. I would say 85% expectations met.
Right. So for this, I assumed we were going to get a 9 was best case scenario.
Yes, I counted that as a win.
Yeah. It's a win.
In our math. All right, let me throw Oh, buddy. There's no switching off. The switch is always on.
Derby week again already?
Yeah, Kentucky Derby is on Saturday.
Man.
All right, let me throw the trivia link in there one more time.
M. Newbert with a sterling endorsement of PSA. Awful grades, awful prices, awful turnaround times. A lot of smaller stuff I'd love to send a PSA, but they're making it impossible to justify. Yeah. Maybe, but I just our buddy Jake opened a lot of wax in 2020, 2021, 2022, and had boxes of them. So he decided to go through there, and he's got a lot of Ohtani, base Ohtanis. And just today I sent from the Ohtani thread on Blowout, there was somebody who submitted a lot of base Ohtanis. And if you get a 10 on a base Ohtani, they're offering you immediately like $75, $80. So smaller stuff, if it's popular stuff, it might just pay for the rest of your submission. Yes, you have to wait for it, but it's just it's part of the game. If you want to win, the only way to win is playing the game.
If you've got like if you've got like 10 or 12 PC cards you want to sub, send them in with 8 base Ohtani cards. And if you get 6 of those 8 to gem, you're going to get offers. And I bet that pays for most of your PC cards to get graded. And you just, you got to work the math. And hold on. I just want to Falcon Sports. I yeah, I think you might be right. I'm sure there are people that will look at that and say the same thing. Fishiest fish, that is hilarious. I chuckled at that.
And Mr. Little Thor along the same, yes, they got stricter. And Chris and I have noticed this as well. So yeah, even just from a few years ago, there's some 10s that would not get 10s today, especially with centering, a little bit more generous on the white edges and corners on black parallels, for instance. So if you find a great 10, a modern 10, a really recent 10, it's the way to go.
Yeah. Cosmomania. That's the stuff that we get really frustrated on. Like, so this 2020 Stadium Club Chrome Harper, it's a base card. Like, we know if it's a 9, it's probably worth like 30 to 30, whatever. It's worth the cost of grading it. So we looked at these really close. So to get a 9 on it, we just felt like maybe they didn't understand that dimples are part of the card. But it's cool and it's graded, and we'll pass it on to someone who likes, hopefully, our trivia winner today will at least like Bryce Harper.
Yes. And it looks great.
Who, unlike a lot of other Phillies, is actually playing pretty well.
He's doing all right. He's kind of started to turn it around a little bit. And Trey Turner even had a good game today. So Cardaholic, thank you. Yeah, I had to shave. We started to get a little gray. I tell you, that was why I was growing the mustache, because the mustache was the least gray part. Chris has a nice black mustache. I had it as well for the most part, but the rest of the beard is getting pretty gray. So it started to feel old.
It's a little bit dicey, and there's nothing a white male wants less than a very dark mustache. You got to be very careful. It has to be wide.
You just don't want to trim it right here. Yeah. Yes, Inspired Sports Cards NCIS is done. They have the finale to air next week, so please check it out. I got to be in a few scenes there, and it was a lot of fun. So please check out NCIS Origins next week. This is right. Mr. Little Thor, you can vault and get offers too. So there are a few cards that came in that Chris and I, and even Jake, we decided to send to the vault, and they do send offers there. And then when you take offers from the vault, you don't really pay any fees or shipping, anything like that. They just give you the exact amount, which is a nice feature.
Yeah. So whoever Cosmo, those home field advantage cards, we've seen them. They're foily. Those are tough. They're like rainbow foils in Stadium Club, man. Those are really.
I've got a Churio. I didn't even grade it because I knew it wouldn't jam. Yeah, especially paper. It's tough.
Yep. And we have actually heard, and I will say I have some. I sort of believe this somewhat anecdotally. Stuff in bulk tends to get looked at less closely. So if you have a card that might be worth more than what the bulk value is, with a tiny little defect, maybe throw it into bulk and see if you eat the upcharge later. That's worked for us sometimes, but I'd say we bat about 500 with that. Sometimes it works. Sometimes you get crushed because they love to throw a PSA 5 in your sub. Okay.
We've seen Rhymes with Roof. We've seen people doing this. It doesn't seem very accurate.
No.
So results may vary, but try it yourself. I have not seen it be accurate at all. Yes. We still have them D-Town. For those of you who don't know what D-Town's talking about, Chris and I sold off a lot of cards to get a few big cards this offseason. We put up a video about it, and they're Sapphire cards, and we are just holding on to them, hoping that those players wake up.
Those are 3 guys we like, and 3 cards we think we're going to hold. By the way, Julio isn't doing great, but he's doing better than he usually does in April. So
right, which is surprising, but yeah, you're right. He had a couple hits the other night, home run. Mark, they give you an offer immediately. They give you an offer immediately, and they tell you the cards that they give you an offer on. So Chris and I, before we got the sub back, knew the cards we were getting an offer on. So there were a couple Ohtani Fire cards that I had that I didn't want to take the offer, but I wanted to send to the vault. So I did that. So you get it immediately, and then you've got 24 hours. There's an actual ticking clock on the PSA site. It'll give you 24 hours to accept the offer. So you can either accept the offer, have it sent, the card sent to you, or have it sent to the vault. Those are the three options. And then at the end of the 24 hours, it takes whatever you did. It'll send you the money immediately for the cards that you took the offers on, send the other ones to the vault, which we're still not sure how long that takes.
We're going to find out.
It might take a couple weeks. And then the other ones they send back to you.
Jeff, we sent those cards. How long has it been since we sent some of those cards from the sub to the vault? We're at like day 4 now. Day 5?
I would say business day 4. Yeah. And on my PSA account, it has the cards. It shows you the images of the cards, and it says to vault. In my vault are only cards that I have bought before. So there's a couple cards in there, but to vault has a group of the cards that were from the sub.
Okay. Cardaholic, I want to answer your question, but I also just want to I see some comments in here. The offers that you get from the stuff from the grade, our grades pop. And with those grades, we get some offers, like Jeff is saying, and the countdown is 24 hours. Those offers aren't coming from PSA directly; they're coming from dealers.
Yes, which
PSA
7 is
verified
asking
dealers.
about. Right.
Yeah, that's not Nat Turner buying your cards. That's dealers that PSA has authorized to make offers on your cards.
Yes, and it sounds like that pool is getting bigger. I think Burbank is one of them. Cards HQ probably is too. So they might say any Ohtani Topps rookie that they get in, they'll offer a certain price, and all the card shops may enter that, and the one that's the most, they'll send you the offer, and if you take it, eventually they'll pack it in the box and send it off to that shop.
Yeah, we have questions about the actual mechanics of that. I don't think these places can see the grades. I think they have to be existing standing offers.
Standing
we had
offers,
a couple.
exactly.
We had this Harper in a PSA 9. We had a couple judges that got a PSA 10, and we had offers on those that came in. So there must just be a couple dealers that want that card in a PSA 10, and they have standing offers should any show up.
Yeah, and Inspired results may vary, but they are pretty competitive offers, actually, that we've found. And I think Jake on his last submission took several of the offers, because you don't have to deal with anything then. You don't pay the fees. If they offer you $150 for your card, you get the $150.
Right. They
take care of the shipping and getting it to the other place. You never even have to deal with the card. So I think there are a lot of people that take the offers.
Yeah. If you get a $150 offer on a card that maybe sells for $180, I mean, you take it, no fees, and then that covers 6 cards in your sub right there.
Yeah.
So there are positives to it. And I think it's kind of a good way to help pay for your sub. And just remember
I think that's only going to increase. They're going to get more individuals or whatever authorized individuals, card shops that are allowed to make offers for these. And I think the eventual goal, which is something that Neo had speculated about a year ago, was that eventually maybe everybody can have that. So maybe there's cards that Chris and I are looking for, like maybe a 2014 Chrome SSP, perhaps.
Hypothetically,
you can throw that. You'll be able to throw that into your PSA account, that we have an offer for this, whatever grade is, or a PSA 10, and then you get notified when that card goes through the PSA system. So I think that's the end goal, which is going to be streamlining the process, so the person never even has to get the card back if there's another collector who wants the card. So that's probably a little bit down the road, but I think that's a good idea.
And I have to admit, Jeff, that borders on creepy a little bit. Like, we get a card, we grade a card, it comes back, and we're like, oh, look. And then there's like a random, someone is like, hey, I see this card. This card got graded. Like, PSA offers in a whisper are super creepy. Don't do that. Like, that sort of makes them a little creepier than they are normally. I'm just saying. But I don't hate the idea at all. And if you get like a $150 offer, your immediate thought, you see a card on eBay for $200 and you're like, oh, what a low ball. But like Jeff was just saying, the ease, no fees, no shipping. You don't have to worry about like authentic, any of that crap. You accept it, $150 right into your account. Don't over nickel and dime it sometimes. Take the win.
I know we've got to get to trivia, Chris, but I've got to answer this question. Mile High Tie 32. These cases, which I thought were an absolute joke, but I did watch the Jeff Wilson video, and there's a lot to like about these cases. Mm-hmm. What they need to do is get that relationship with PSA, because currently their only relationship is with Mike Baker grading. But but the cases themselves are incredible. And he is right. I can't remember the guy's name who invented these mint cases, but there should be a better option if you have a $10,000 card, a $50,000 card, a $1 million card, that you should be able to put it in a case that has UV protection, put it in a case that might last a little bit longer than these other plastic cases. So I feel I'm a skeptic, but I think that the idea is good. And I think PSA is probably going to either buy them out or license that, so that when you submit a card, if you submit a 52 Mantle rookie, you can make the choice. You can pay that extra $500 to get it in one of those mint cases where they etch on the side whatever PSA grade it is. It has the hologram, it has the QR code, anything you can look up. So I think that eventually it's going to work. I just don't really see the use case without them dealing with PSA.
Totally agree. It is funny to think, Jeff, that we get the same case, right? Like 52 Mantle and a PSA 9.
This is it. Same case. Same case.
All right. There was, we need to, I'm sorry, someone else asked, and I got to answer this question before you do trivia from Cardaholic.
Okay.
People complain about upcharges, and so be it. But it is important, I think. Yeah, Rob.
I don't know, Rob. I think it will work, because I think there's people that have those $1 million cards that would love to see it in a case like that. $500 is nothing to them, and there's going to be lower tiers like an aluminum version, which he said would be something less than that. So I think they will work. They have to have the relationship with PSA, or people, it's not going to work.
Now, Jeff, assuming this all exists, the relationship exists, would PSA refuse? Let's say we wanted to use that case for this PSA 9 Bryce Harper. Would PSA say, no, there's a minimum value requirement?
I don't think so, because they probably get their cuts. So let's say they charge us $500 for the case. They maybe get 100 of it, and they send the licensing fee, whatever. They would be glad to put this in that case for us.
All right.
And he was saying, like, even minimum value. I think the example that Jeff Wilson gave was a card that he opened with his son, was his first card that they opened when they got back into the hobby. It was probably worth like $10, but he said he would consider putting it in a mint case like that because it meant so much to the family. So I don't think there'd be a minimum. I think they'd take the money.
Knowing PSA, take the money is probably something they put on their t-shirts. All right,
of course.
Real quick, I want to address this because there was a story. If you guys follow Boston Card Hunter, he was talking to a gentleman who dropped off cards with PSA at one level. Their cards vanished. PSA admitted that they received the cards, but then they disappeared. Then they showed up for sale from an eBay seller who was near, generally close, 20 miles or so away from PSA headquarters, which sure as shit feels like someone stole their cards, Jeff, right? Mm-hmm. So he was going to get PSA. I'm not sure exactly, but there was talk about PSA admitting some sort of level of issue here and paying this gentleman out. But here's the thing. If you send everything in bulk, there you are capping what your what's the word, Jeff? Not payout's not the right word. What you're capping their liability, PSA's liability for your property. If you have a card worth $10,000,
they lose it.
Restitution.
Right.
If you have a card worth $10,000 and you sub it at a level where the max at $1,500, and you're like, well, if it gems, they'll upcharge me. Sure, but if they damage it, they're only going to pay you out the $1,500. That's the risk of shoving everything in a bulk sub.
Yeah, so we've talked about this for the last few years, and anybody who's watched the channel knows. So there's cards that we put in bulk that we expect will probably get upcharged, but we have to know that if they damage it, if it gets lost, we only get up to that $500 or $499, whatever the current minimum is for the bulk. So there is a decision-making process, or there's some decision-making that goes into the process of subbing, and you have to know that. So I wonder how that's going to play out.
Yeah, it's a game, and you have to be fully aware of the risk that you take. Trust me, we've walked this fine line before.
Yeah.
And it's potentially like you get a 52 Mantle, looks great. You throw it into a bulk sub, and the PSA grader drops it. You just lost like $800,000, just poof into thin air. So just you got to think about that before you can hate what they charge, you can hate the upcharges, but you just need to be aware of what you're playing with.
Right. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Yes, you're right. Boston Card Hunter is promoting the no PSA May on his video today. There's a lot of conversation about maybe BCH's methods or interests, as he is aligned with certain people in the hobby. But I think he does. His biggest thing is getting rid of the upcharges. But as we've talked about before, and even on Spitball and Cards, they use the upcharge, whether it's an excuse or not, in order to pay those insurance premiums, to have the insurance so they can pay those out to other people. So yes, you're buying other people's insurance with the upcharges, perhaps. I don't know. It's I wonder if it's going to do any good.
Yeah, I don't know. I see D747 here. I'm not sure what you mean by conversion, but I mean, you insure your house up to $50,000 and your house burns down, you're getting the check for $50,000. Like,
right.
There's no upcharge there. So just, be aware.
Right. Because there's a ton of small print that goes into these PSA subs, and in the small print, you have to acknowledge that they might damage your card during this process, whether it's putting in the slab or the initial reviewing of the card. So that's part of what you have to accept when you're sending cards to PSA. So I don't think there's a way of getting around that. Like, I don't think there's any way you could claim dereliction of duty or something for the PSA person dropping it, or carelessness, even though it might be. That's part of the deal that you have to agree. Like when you go to a game and get hit with a baseball, that's part of the small print.
Yeah. Collector Charles, I don't know. I don't know. At this point, like, there's nothing's gonna help CGC take a big chunk of PSA's market share. That's not gonna happen. So I would say it's probably nothing. All right, let's get trivia going here. We're late, but we're having we enjoyed these conversations as long as we are sober enough to have them.
And while Real Jackson, you seem to be a Tops Now guy, which is awesome. We're going to be talking about Tops Now on Spitball and Cards
next week.
Yeah. So that's great that you have all of them. That's awesome that you have a complete set. And I don't know why somebody's promoting a complete set that they don't have. That's annoying, but I bet your set's worth a lot.
Yep. Feel free to put them on blast on social media if you want to. Rob Zito, the CGC slabs are very, very clear. They are. We've had a couple of them in our hands, and they do look really nice. But
hey, one thing that he said, Chris, about those the mint slabs is that they use special technology. They have everything patented, of course, so they don't get fingerprints on, which is one of the most annoying things about slabs. So that's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, can I use that technology on my fridge?
Yeah, probably. It's patented, so maybe you could.
Yeah, I just, they do have really great slabs, but honestly, rather than spend $15, I'll just buy a one touch for $1 or $2. And I feel like it's, sorry, don't hate me, approximately the same value. Okay. Again, we're playing for a very cool Bryce Harper card in a slab, in a PSA slab, in a PSA 9. Cool card. Good luck to everybody.
And if you're runner-up, we can find maybe a picture to send you. Like,
yeah. Surely we have perhaps a why can't I think of his name, Jeff?
The guy with the
or maybe we keep that one for our reveals because it was pretty funny.
This is pretty popular.
Oh Lord, he doesn't even fit in the frame, Jeff. Ay. All right. Let's get this thing going. We got a pretty good turnout in there already. Yeah, we got 75 people. Good luck. As you recall from last week, we're done with our Brockmeyer questions. I was sick of the hate mail. So we have a, what's it called? Angels in the Outfield question tonight.
We do have a couple tag slabs for those of you.
We do. All right, Jeff, is your voice ready?
Yep, let's roll.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, come on, brain. There we go. What comes next? 1.
Boing. 66. Order 66. For any of you who are Bad Batch fans, you'll know what Order 66 is.
Woo!
Star Wars. What year is this Derek Jeter Topps Draft Picks rookie card? Is that 1992, 1993, 1994, or 1995? Going back to the 90s. 65% of you went with 1993. So, Chris, does it say 1992 draft pick under that black?
It does. It does.
Came out in 1993. Jason G with the quick fingers, 88, followed by 7 and Jake. What year is this Todd Van Poppel Upper Deck rookie card? Is that 1990, 1991, 1992, or 1993? He was a can't-miss prospect, Chris.
Does it, if you were making A's shirts back then, shouldn't that A be like perfectly vertical? Why is it like lined up with the collar?
Yeah, it seems like the kind that the Little League coaches buy.
Right.
49% of you got it correct. Cutlers, Hitman, Dijin for
1991, by the way, correct answer.
Yes, Stewie's got it right. What year is this Greg Jeffries rookie card? 1987, 1988, 1989, or 1990? This is a pretty nicely centered copy you found there, Chris. There's a lot of centering issues with those.
I think this is a hideous baseball card. Cool image, of course. That's a great looking rookie card. 1988 is the correct answer, and 65% of you.
Well done.
Ooh,
Cutler's cards.
We have a tie, Jeff.
Tie for first. Love it. Whose 2022 Topps rookie card is this? Julio Rodriguez, Tarek Skubal, Jared Kelenic, or Bobby Witt Jr.? Those dirty pants. Any baseball parents out there know what a pain white pants are to clean. Baseball.
By the way, Jeff, this looks like my underwear after my third day in Charlotte without packing enough.
Well, you should have packed the tough stuff. All right, 62% said Bobby Witt Jr., and that is, in fact, Bobby Witt Jr. Emophobic, Crazy Cryptids, Nate the Great. 3 new names on the leaderboard. What is this 2022 Topps Chrome Shohei Ohtani card? Is that his base? Is that an SP? Is that an SSP? Or is that the complete set variation? Is that the Commissioner's Award, Chris?
Historic Achievement Award, yeah. And it's also why I will only wear black shirts with black ties and black suits for the rest of my life, because look how good he looks in this, Jeff.
He looks really good there. 36% of you got it right. That is the super short print. Don't you have one of those, Chris?
I do.
Centering on those was impossible, though.
God awful. 2022 Topps did not give a shit.
Swan Yodo in the lead. What is this 2017 Matt Olson Topps Chrome X Factor auto numbered out of? 20, 99, 125, or 199? I had no idea what this was, Chris.
True story. I sent a text to Jeff and Jake asking them this question, and I got it wrong. And I asked them the question.
He asked the question. It's only 16% of you. Good. Well, I'm in good company then. It's out of 20.
20.
No, believe that. Believe it or
Sure.
not, Topps and their
Why
inconsistencies. Crazy Cryptids did know it as Michigan Cards and Graphs, of course. Which of the following players is not in the Hall of Fame? Harold Baines, Roger Maris, Tim Raines, or Gary Carter? We did talk about Harold Baines earlier. The Harold Baines wing of the Hall of Fame is getting bigger. Who is not in the Hall of Fame? 62% of you said the former single-season home run leader in Roger Maris, and you are correct.
8% of you said Gary Carter. Come on, the kid. Everyone loves Gary Carter.
They do.
He started the rally. If you're a Mets fan, you know what I mean when I say the rally.
What team did Ricky Henderson win his second World Series? The A's, Yankees, Blue Jays, or the Marlins? He got around. Who did he win the second World Series with?
He wasn't playing cards in the dugout in the clubhouse when this one happened.
Oh, 48% of you said the Yankees. What year would that have been? The correct answer is the Blue Jays.
The 1993 Blue Jays. They won the World Series and they added like Winfield and Ricky.
Year of the back-to-back. What set is this Aaron Judge card from? Is that 2020 Stadium Club, 2020 Stadium Club Chrome, or impossible to tell from the front? There's only 3 choices here, Chris, which is unusual for a trivia question.
It's like an SAT question, Jeff. Is there enough information?
Yeah, it's 71% with Chrome, 4%, only 4% apparently read your IG post today, Chris. Crazy Cryptids and Mission Cards Graphs did not. Pope Eric did, and he's on the podium. Here we go. Question 10. Besides Adrian Brody, what other Oscar-winning actor appears in Angels in the Outfield? Gene Hackman, Denzel Washington, Haley Joel Osment, or Matthew McConaughey? And we're talking about the remake, of course. Chris, I saw the original one day when I stayed home sick from school in the 80s.
Wow. Well, today's the day I learned there's an original.
Yes, there's originals. 25% of you went with Matthew McConaughey.
All right. Good job, guys.
Pope Eric.
Onto the podium at the end. Good job.
508. Michigan Cards and Graphs, 524. Michigan Cards and Graphs, I believe, was responsible for getting us these photos. Crazy Cryptids at 554 takes home the grand prize.
Sorry, guys. I was kind of a dick. I'm not going to lie. And yeah, Michigan Cards and Graphs is right. If you follow me on Instagram, you got a little bit of a cheat there. But yeah, that card, that Aaron Judge card, it's insane. They literally put the exact same card in two different sets. They didn't change the picture. It's exactly the same. The only thing on the back, the code is different. And through the last 3 digits are different. That's tops for you.
Wow. Former winner Newbie has 2 out of 10, Chris.
The 90s stuff, like I guess, you know. Oh, Mad City Brute, 12. Oh, man.
Were you verbing him out?
I don't know what that means.
The Judge thing was confusing. Yes, it's confusing to be sure.
It's still confusing.
Pull the card.
I am always impressed when I see one of those cards in a PSA slab and it's the correct designation, because it'll even say like 2020 Stadium Club Chrome and then Refractor, or it'll say 2020 Stadium Club and then underneath Chrome or Chrome Refractor. And like the card number is the same, the image is the same. Come on, they did it with Judge, they did it with Kershaw, they did it with a couple other. I think there's like
only a few though. Yeah.
There's 90 guys, and they had to change the image. They did it for like 85 of the 90. But Judge and Kershaw are two pretty big names for them to mess up.
I can't believe you tricked Michaela. Yeah, I know. Jared Kelenic mentioned you just jump at it. Kevin Morales, first time joining, got 6th if we're counting from last to first place. Okay. So 50 something. Yeah,
Well.
Spartan Domer wants to know if you're going to include your certified game used underwear from this travel trip.
Oh boy, I think it's going right in the garbage. I'm taking my mom to Kohl's tomorrow, so I will be shopping.
Hey, Kohl's has a 40% off sale going on.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, I need some underpants. I need some socks, and everything else I did not pack.
It's going to be like taking you for your school shopping.
Pretty much. That's exactly what it's going to be like. I will be in the t-shirt section for sure, looking for a nice Simpsons t-shirt. Yeah.
Any of the cards. You were not alive in 2022. Come on, 7. Let's okay, jump.
That's a nice range, right?
Yeah, it was a good range. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Michaela, the important thing is whether or not between you and Staley, who won tonight, is my first question. My second question is, are we going to see you guys at the National this summer for a spitball and meetup? It's Jeff's first time.
First time at the National.
Second. I'm not like a grizzled veteran. Grizzled, but yeah. All right. I have something else I wanted to share that I thought was very funny.
Cole's Cash.
Oh yeah.
What is the Kane Hackman theory that they both are one of them is in every movie ever made?
I think so. I think that's a solid working theory.
Yeah. See if you see Todd Van Poppel, maybe you can get an auto.
I like to think he invested his bonus.
Yeah.
All right, I want to show.
I was at fantasy baseball right now.
Oh wow, it's a tough week to be Staley, right?
Yeah, in the household must be a little rough.
Man, the poor guy. All right, well.
Michigan Cards and Graphs. I'm suspecting that you don't want us to send you.
I said we'll send him a surprise Detroit second place prize.
Yeah, we'll send you Teapot's game used jersey.
Okay, I want to show. I was at Dodger Stadium about 2 weeks ago, and I took some pictures. They always have the stadiums, Jeff. Now they're always selling game used stuff.
Of course,
and some of it is hilarious. And this is actually this was Angel Stadium. I said Dodger Stadium, but I want someone to explain this item to me. So this baseball, Mike Trout just printed his name on it. And I realize now that I drew a red line. My circle is
Yeah, I can't
through the ball.
see the printed name.
So hold on.
Did he print the name himself, or is
That is the $1 million question.
somebody printed his name on there?
Okay, hold on. Damn it.
Mm.
Here I am trying to make it easier, and I went and made it more difficult. Hold on.
So yeah, it's a non-cursive auto.
It's got to be fake, right?
Why would Trout?
Why would Trout do this?
Millions of autographs. They're like, no, we don't want a cursive. Please use your best printing here. It's obscure. That's right. Yeah,
It sure is.
Chris is about to pull out the ball after buying it. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what. It's so ridiculous. Now hold on.
His underwear didn't make the trip, but the Mike Trout printed ball made the trip to Charlotte.
Oh man, our comments are so good, Jeff. I have a hard time competing. All right.
Yeah.
It's coming.
John Fry says he'll print you a Mike Trout for $350 if you want to save some.
I mean, it's a better deal. Right,
Yeah.
there we go.
It's legit if it's at the stadium for sure.
All right, hold on.
No, not your autograph. I don't want your autograph. Just
write your name. Again, let's take a minute to. There it is. Okay, so now tell me, if I bought this, is PSA authenticating this, Jeff? Like, there's not a chance.
Yeah, because what do they compare it to? The way they authenticate is by comparing it to samples that they have that they know are legitimate, unless they have Mike Trout's, say, high school printing records in there.
I mean, how often is he printing his name? Oh, that's it.
The 7 kind of looks like how he writes his 27. Ron Figg's pointing out it looks more like Mike Trut, which I can see. Mike Trut, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
thanks for playing, Jason. Yeah, looks. I don't really.
It's highly suspect at best, right?
Well, Charles says that Mike Baker will authenticate it.
Well, for sure. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at this and just like, what? That
non-cursive reading fan, but then somebody who sold it to the stadium, sold it back.
Okay, so this I thought was weird, and I had a lot of questions. The person running the booth offered no answers whatsoever.
Oh, you asked?
Like, of course.
Good
I'm
for
like,
you. Good
what
for you.
is this? And they're like, well, Mike Trout just wrote his name. I'm like, instead of this would take more time. Like, why was this requested? Like, why would he do this? And they said, I don't know. And I asked them because I was. Angel Stadium has these Coca-Cola slushies, Jeff, with bullet bourbon in them, and it's a problem for me. So
Yeah.
I had a little buzz going. I'm like, well, did you witness him doing this? And the look I got indicated no.
Well, Real Jackson says we should just ask him ourselves.
Yeah, well, next time we have Trout on.
Yeah.
So that was at Angel Stadium, and I'm going to show you the funny thing I saw at Dodger Stadium.
What's up? What?
My question is, did this bat touch a ball? And I'm saying 100% no. But how many at bats, Jeff? It's just like walk, strikeout, strikeout, walk, strikeout. And I'm done with this bat.
You're like, why don't I see any ball marks on there? Well, it was light use. Is it player used? Player handled?
Yeah, this is event worn. This is the equivalent of event worn on the back of a patch card. My wife and I were like crying, laughing at the booth. Look, it was really hard to explain why this was so funny. Yeah, James Alvin, like the bat is immaculate.
No, but he used it for 100 at bats. It's just,
oh man,
oh yeah.
I don't know why they would include the descriptor there. It just makes it funnier. Investment bat.
And why was it authenticated in November? Like, you'd think it would be authenticated when it was used if they could verify the light. How could they tell in November? Oh yeah, I'm sure this is from July. It was lightly used.
I I don't care if it's the bat he hit the walk-off home run against in the 2018 World Series against the Red Sox. I'm not sure it's worth $800.
True. We haven't even got to the price yet. Yeah.
Spartan Domer. That's I mean, that's just like, I just thought this honestly, even now I'm laughing at it pretty hard. Light use.
Now, if your picture doesn't scroll to the right, but were there other adjectives describing the other bats? Like heavy use?
But I didn't take a wide enough shot. There was a lot of Kike Hernandez bats as well, which, the fans are they love him.
But what did it say? Like game use, heavy use, lots of strikeouts, ground ball.
Yeah. Probably like ball in play, maybe. I don't know.
Mile High Tie said an hour ago he watch listed a Matt Olson Bowman Chrome insert auto gold out of 50, and it just sold. Chris, did you buy it while we were on?
No. Someone better have used our link, Jeff.
Yes. Please.
Yeah, 7 Costanza. This might be it. Like Ohtani looked at, or maybe Ohtani like took a practice swing with it, like against his bat.
Or picked it up like he was the next batter and he picked it up and handed it to the bat boy. Yep. Ohtani touched bat.
I mean, now we're talking. That's real money.
Yeah. Unrelated, Chris, there was a question here that you could answer. Let me go back and find it.
You think?
On-card autos. Do you ever guys send your stuff to private signings to get signed inscription? Chris can speak to this a little bit.
I do. I have sent some stuff. But yeah, my general rule of thumb is if a card already has autographs, like pack pulled autographs, then I would never want to get that card autographed, if that makes sense. So like, 2018 Topps Chrome Acuñas, like he's got those. We don't need to get those autographed. I want something weird. I like jumbos, especially jumbos and box toppers, or Stadium Club, those wide visions. I think those look great with autos.
Yeah, they give more room for the players to sign it. Yeah. Multiple players on there. So that's cool.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, Mad City Brew. Now that's a relic they could put in at cards that would get some people pretty excited. But anyway. All right.
Collector Charles, I think he sounds like a dick. Trey Savage saying, laughing when he says he gets those cards in the mail and says that he just keeps them. Yeah. Not very friendly.
No, I don't even, I think it's gotta be some tone deaf. It's kind of like Jackson Merrill has changed his stance. Tone deaf
for sure. Yes.
Yeah. Jackson Merrill changed his stance. I think they just they think they're being cool, but really they're shitting on the very people who sort of make their existence.
Yes. Make their existence possible.
So yeah, I think, I mean, now to be fair, he does have the eyes of a fish, so maybe he just can't quite see what's really going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a stupid thing to say. It's the kind of thing because Guerrero does signings like that. And I feel like Guerrero's the type of person who would pull him aside and be like, hey, you're shitting on our fans. Yeah. Like these are people who love you and just want your autograph. Like making fun of them is not in our best interests.
All you got to do is sign and put it back in the envelope that they send.
Wadaldis has a 1996 Topps Chrome Kenny Lofton refractor in silver ink. That's going to be amazing, and I love that because there are not 1996 Topps Chrome refractor autos that you can pull out of the back.
Yep.
That's very, very cool. I've seen some people get 93 finest refractors autoed. I'm kind of on the fence on that, Jeff, because that insert there, that parallel is so cool and iconic as it is. Yeah. I don't know if an auto helps or hurts. You're going to have one of the very, very few. If you have one of those NBA PMGs, like that Kobe Bryant we talked about selling for that's a bad
$3 million.
It's a bad example because you can't crack that one out and have to sign it. But if that was like Akeem Olajuwon, Jeff, would you crack that out and have Akeem sign it?
No, I think that would drop the value.
It would just make it a little weird. I don't know. I have seen some people that really like to get SSPs signed. I could see that going either way. Don't hate it, don't love it. I could see it in certain instances being very, very cool. So, okay. Give me a second. What we got here?
This would be cool. Seven Costanza. I could get behind this, so to speak. Cal Raleigh signing the big dumper nickname parallel out of Heritage.
100,000,000%. We thought, I'm sure Staley and Michaela each have a copy of that card. I would like in the next few years to get him to sign a copy of that for me.
Staley says, I watched a video of Kegs doing a trade with a fan for a bunch of his cards, and the fan got a bunch of game used stuff. Yeah, I've seen a couple of videos of that too, and Kegs really gets it.
Yeah,
the
sad part is, Jeff, all that game used stuff is probably lightly used as well. His at bat at the end of the game yesterday was effing horrific. Like, he came up in the bottom of the ninth. They were down 3. He's the tying run with 2. It was 2-0, and he swung at ball 3. It was a fastball like a foot away. He hacked at it. Then he fouled off a hanger in the middle of the zone and then struck out swinging at a pitch in the dirt. It was like awful. I know he's young, but it does not look good. I don't know what they do with him. Maybe he needs a month in AAA. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, he's shown he's dominated. He's kind of on the Jared Kelenic program.
It's not a good program to be on.
He dominates, comes back up, realizes that he's just not there yet. Yeah, and Bobby Witt, he's kind of a man on an island there.
Yeah, that whole team is not living up to potential. But it's the AL Central, so there's
always a chance. Yeah,
there's always a chance. There's always a chance. All right,
Royally Cheesed, welcome. Speaking of Royals,
what terrible timing!
Yeah, we just came to crap.
I was just crapping on your team. All right, I want to get into some Instagram cards. I don't know how late I'm going to be able to go tonight, Jeff, but
okay.
Ooh, ability to collect your tops flip. Okay, some of those I can't get behind. I just cannot get behind. We were at a show once, and this guy's entire case was 2018 flagship update Ronald Acuna cards with on-card autographs. Every single one. He's like, oh, these are really rare. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at like 80 of them right now. Like, how rare? They're cool, but I'm not going to pay a lot for them because I can still get them anytime I want for whatever Acuna signs an auto for. The card itself has no value, but like throw an Acuna auto in there. I mean, I get it. It's kind of a cool thing, but I would prefer like a card where there weren't autos possible. Like, that's why I think those 80s rookies are very, very cool with on-card autos. The Mattingly, the Strawberry, the Gooden, that kind of stuff with an auto. Really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We need to watch season 2. I think it's done. So we'll stream it in like 2 days once we get home. But yeah. Oh,
love this.
Yes, that's very, very cool. Actually, I think Cardboard Showcase, you posted that recently, and that looks awesome. All right, which reminds me, an excellent and as always smooth segue into some IG shout-outs we want to make.
Thank you, Situational Adventures. Yeah, hit the like button. Use the QR code. Subscribe if you haven't. Yeah,
or just leave an insulting comment. Either way. All right, I want to start with Gigi's cards here. So we know that Topsy's celebration boxes are sort of Tops's return to opening day. We're never going to get opening day back the way it was. But we do now have dugout peaks. And this Shohei Ohtani, there's some really cool images in this. And unfortunately, there are parallels. But this Ohtani is really, really cool. I like this card a lot. Like, this is what DHs do while the other teams are on the field. So it's a nice little look into Shohei's between bats. Are these parallels rare? Seven Costanza, yes. Hold on. Yeah. Michigan Cards and Graphs. This is what I want to talk about. It really looks like that dude in the blue who's walking towards the camera, towards us, isn't paying attention, and Ohtani is about to decapitate him. I didn't notice it the first time I saw this card. Because obviously I'm just looking at Ohtani. I'm like, wow, this is cool. Like, he's in the dugout. He is primed and ready. But that is that guy. Do we know for sure that guy didn't get killed? I don't know. I'm worried. Rhymes with the Roof. The base cards are not that rare, but unfortunately there are parallels. I think there's golds, oranges, and reds. So the base are probably, I don't know, every other box maybe. I'm not sure what the pack odds are. Easily findable. Check out chasingmajors.com for that. But they look really good. And this is one of the best images, I think, in the entire subset. But they're just some really cool looking cards. Jeff, by the way, do you think the staffer, the Dodger staffer in that blue and the black pants, that's walking?
Oh, it's about to get clubbed?
Yeah. Is he alive 5 seconds after this photo was taken?
I would say yes, only because we would have heard about it otherwise. But I bet it was a close call.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, someone said that's Otani's first interpreter. Maybe it's the second interpreter. It was like, hey, give me access to your account. And Union cards, yes, there are black parallels as well. This card is just really, really cool, and I like the glimpse into what a DH is doing while his team's on defense. Jeff, like he is focused, he's ready to go.
He's always ready to go. Oh, I was going to say, Real Mike Petty, is this the official name of Adley Rutschman? Adolfo Ratchmans? In any case, it seems like he's shown signs of life.
Yeah. Yep. I'm Pullerman, way more rare than I thought. Thank you, buddy. Base cards are, the base dugout peaks are 534 packs.
Whoa.
Yeah. So these are still tough. But very, very cool. Nonetheless. Okay. All right. Next up, I want to talk briefly about Matty H Cards. We have mentioned his account before.
Yes.
He's a friend of both of ours, friend of the show. He is he hit 3,000 followers. He's doing a giveaway. So if you just follow him on Instagram, I believe he's requiring you to like this post and leave a comment where you tell him your favorite player. Please do so. He's a really good guy. He'll be at the National. He was last year. I'm sure he is this year because he's a degenerate card addict like the rest of us. Really fun dude. Loves Brian Wu just like you other Mariner fans. So shoot him a follow and leave a comment on this and see if you can win this very very cool Brian Wu rookie card.
Chris, speaking of Brian Wu, did you see the pictures he was showing of his biceps? Somebody posted some Brian Wu bicep pictures, and dude is jacked.
Do you think I would not see?
Well, I figured they're probably saved on your page. Maybe I saw them from your page, actually. That could be.
Of course, I saw his biceps, Jeff.
Yeah,
I'm a big Brian Wu fan. I did not enjoy the start where he just kept serving up home runs to the Cardinals. That was a little frustrating to watch.
Man, and Logan Gilbert, too. Their pitching staff is not holding down their end of the bargain so far this year.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're not getting any help, really, except, of course, for Cole Young. But yeah, I like Staley Gilmore saying Brian Wu sold on Instagram, leaving 8 comments right now. Good luck. But yeah, check out Matty H Cards as soon as you get a chance. Okay, so we mentioned Matt Olson before. Gonna talk about him one more time. My good buddy Dave's Braves Cards posted this 2017 Matt Olson flagship black parallel. He doesn't mention this in the description, but I'm going to throw this out there. He paid less than $200 for this, Jeff.
For a black parallel?
Yeah. It's a pretty cool card. It's Aaron Judge-esque in its lameness, and that he's just, I assume, catching a ball, and there's like 2 morbidly obese fans.
I love how the fact that the stands are completely empty except for those 2 guys.
Yeah, on the left, there's no one. On the right, there's just 2 fatties melting into their seats. But otherwise, like this is very cool. I wish Olson had more rookies. He doesn't have a Bowman Chrome rookie. Like Judge has that amazing Bowman Chrome rookie auto.
Yes. But it should make his rookies more desirable, right? There's fewer of them. And
at least his Topps Chrome image is him hitting as opposed to the Aaron Judge catching. So they did not use the same image. They actually gave him a different image, which is weird. The more I think about that,
they gave Judge 66.
No. Yeah, I wonder why they did that. They gave Judge the same image on his auto, but they gave Olson a different. I wonder. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Topps does what Topps does, then we just all
consistency is not their strong suit, as we know.
Yep. We shrug our shoulders and we continue on. But Dave's Braves Cards, congrats on this, Matt Olson. It is a cool looking card. All right.
Hey, well, listen to this.
Oh, what we got?
17 Olson Stadium Club foil board. Would love to see that. Yeah, post it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like his Stadium Club rookie. He's got great hair. Jeff and I are fairly confident heterosexual men. We can compliment other men without.
Oh yeah, he's a good looking guy.
He's a handsome gentleman.
Yeah, that should help as he tries to get out there and tries to get his Hall of Fame bus on the move.
And I have to add this. We talked a lot about Matt Olson. My wife and I went to the Coliseum is packed. I feel like the only people there are the ones that can't smell the sewage leak because it's a smell they're used to smelling in their regular lives. So we were at the Angel Stadium when the Braves and Angels played. We actually saw the one game the Braves didn't win. We saw the game before the fight too, so I didn't see the Walt Weiss tackle in person. But we as soon as the gates opened, we were in. We got to see some BP. We've been to other Braves games before, but usually I told you, Jeff, we sit like way out in right field at Truist by the Chop House.
Yeah.
At Angel Stadium, we actually on SeatGeek, we got for like $100, Jeff. We sat front row behind the Braves dugout. Like it was the Monday night, the NCAA final was that night, so baseball was not popular. Anyway, doesn't matter. My wife I told her Matt Olson is big. Matt Olson's a large man, not Aaron Judge large, but he is big. So we're in there watching BP, and she was like, "Wow, Matt Olson is tall." Like.
Was she wearing her Matt Olson jersey?
She wasn't, but I think she wished she was in that moment. But her voice kind of cracked in a way where I was like, all right, settle down.
All right.
But she's been really more pro Olson since that day than she's ever been before.
Well, I every time I've seen her, she's wearing the jersey now, so that explains it. You're right. A couple of questions about the rookie card placement. Looks like that fan is drinking out of a rookie card mug. He's just draining his A's sorrows in the rookie card mug with Maker's Mark in it.
I think they were trying to cover him up.
Yeah, they were trying to cover him up with it. That's the year they had the extremely tiny. It's like 2021 also, where they had the tiny rookie card logo. You can barely see it.
But yeah, if ladies out there who might think about rooting for the Braves, take a look at Matt Olson. He's got his own Instagram page. Just saying.
And Royally Cheese does point out the ship sailed on you commenting men a few years ago. Real Mike Petty giving us some of his dinner plans. What is Brent's Deli? We've got a very famous deli out here, where Art's Deli, and I took my son and his friends there for the morning after his birthday, where you get sandwiches. They're like $28. Not great.
Yep. Keel Mabane, that was a very cool McCutcheon that you posted in our Discord today. I like that card a lot. All right. So Jeff,
Taylor Kinley. I don't even know who Taylor Kinley is, but
Braves relief pitcher,
former
Rocky. All right, let's get into. Oh wait, what am I doing?
Whoa.
Okay, so this is a relatively new Instagram account. It's Serial Numbers Matter. He's a big Colorado Rockies fan. He recently posted his full run of flagship black Colorado Rockies cards, meaning this gentleman has acquired every flagship black of a Colorado Rocky since the flagship blacks were introduced here in 2003. Here's year one. And this is pretty impressive to scroll through. This is collecting at a level of obsessiveness I am envious of, Jeff.
Is that really you?
Is that you? Oh, congrats.
Yeah, that is very thorough. And I love the photo here where he manages to get all the images in lit.
The fact that this only has 5 likes is absolutely criminal. So, guys, please go follow. If you're on
Serial Numbers Matter. Yeah, we got to get on that.
Yeah, a really incredible display of Rockies fandom through, I have to say, more thin than thick.
More thin than thick.
Yeah. But yeah, this set, the 2003, you've got at least Helton and Walker are in there. You got 2 Hall of Famers. But yeah, this is very impressive. And there's other parallels that he is also collecting that he's working on runs of. But this is very cool stuff. I love seeing stuff like this. I'll start sharing his pages on Instagram as well. But yeah, let's get these likes up at least double digits.
Yeah, that's very cool. And just the setup he has for the pictures with the sort of the terraced lighted seats. That's very nice.
That's right. Hey, all you guys who post pictures and the top and bottom of your cards are cut off. Here's the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Spoken like a bitter Red Sox fan who's forced to watch San Francisco Giants games.
Anthony also throwing some shade here. Oh man.
There we go. That's better. Huh? Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very cool. So congrats on this. Series 2 should be out in 2 months. And it's not, I guess it shouldn't get more expensive. Maybe when Charlie Condon makes his debut. So probably your Series 1 2027 might be the most expensive flagship black he's had to buy in a while.
Oh, we got in case you need it.
Oh,
listen to this. Dollander. D74715.
Let's make some connections. By the way, I believe Dollander as a starting pitcher has the highest average fastball velocity this year. And if he doesn't, I just made that up and it sounds good.
Even his home starts have been good. So Series 1 is already done. Well done.
Man, not wasting any time.
No.
All right. Next up, we got Rhymes with Roof.
Oh, he's here.
He starts his post here with 2 Stadium Club cards of Jackson Holiday and Corbin Carroll. And you'll notice these 2 cards have two things in common. Ignoring the black and white, one thing in common. And what's that, Jeff?
Black and white. The gloves on head.
Gloves on head. And this is a side project this gentleman's working on, is cards showing players with gloves on their head. And here is what he's got so far.
Whoa.
This is pretty cool.
Yes, a lot of players do that. A lot of players, especially when they're signing autographs, when they're walking in, they throw it on their head. They don't want to lose it. They don't want to put it in their arm. Wow, I didn't realize there are that many cards of players doing that.
Yeah, he and I we had a little conversation. I'm just curious, like, if he was able to find any sort of list of these, or if he himself has to make his own list.
Yeah.
And he said yes, he does have to do this on his own.
Makes
He's
his
sort
own
of
list.
anecdotally adding to the list. Anytime he hears of a card or sees one, he adds it to his want list. But this is a very fun collection, a nice little side project. I like seeing this. It reminds me of Rob from Burbank, Jeff, and his slab collection. He has I think it's in the 50s now, if not more. Cards.
I actually briefly saw him. He was on with the professor, and he said he's over 500.
Oh my God, I was off by a power of 10.
Yeah. And he showed a couple examples. But yeah, Rob from Burbank collects slabs from different companies, most defunct or most fraudulent, probably.
Yeah.
But over 500 grading card companies.
Yeah. Most were never funked. It's probably the best way to describe it. But yeah, it looks like the top 2 are either box toppers or possibly Costco jumbos.
Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, check him out. Rhymes with Roof on Instagram. Feel free to hit him up. Leave a comment on this. I look forward to watching this collection grow.
Yeah.
Yes, he has a dirty name collection. Yeah.
And now whenever I see one, I'll check to see if Rhymes with Roof has it.
There we go. The Dansby Swanson is my personal favorite. It's down there on the right, right here. It's his Stadium Club rookie image variation from 2017.
Rookie. Oh, I like it.
It's pretty cool. All right.
Barry Bonds would have needed a very, very large glove at the end of his career.
Oh, a softball size glove. Probably. Yeah. All right. There were some really cool runs of stuff. We're going to show another one right here. If you guys are familiar with this Instagram account, it's BlueHen2121. He's a huge Pirates fan, and he really is upset about Marcell Ozuna, and rightly so. But he loves Andrew McCutchen, which I think makes him hate Marcell Ozuna more. But don't hate him. Hate the front office, bro. Anyway, what we have here is a 2010 finest, Andrew McCutchen, red refractor. Is that a 25? And this is very cool. But what he's been posting the last few days, Jeff, are a nice run of Andrew McCutchen red refractors. So we're going to take a trip.
Let's do it.
Here we go. That's the back. All right. Whoops. I hit the wrong button.
Super Collector.
There we go. We got 2018 update red, 2017 red, 2016 red, 15 red, 14 red, 13. Hey, you can see where we're going. 12, 11, 10. I love this one with the gold cup. That one's really cool.
How young he looks.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, then we have the first, the 29, the 2000
with short hair. Yeah, and it's, if you saw when you're going through there, it's a model of consistency, if nothing else, from Topps. That some are out of 25 and some are out of 5.
Yep.
Great. He's a really fun guy to be in baseball. I went to a Brewer game at Miller Park where he had 2 home runs. Just a huge fan favorite there, even though he wasn't with the Brewers that long.
I love seeing collectors like this that are so focused, like Blue Hen 2121. He collects McCutcheon and Pirates. So he has almost every Heritage red ink that any Pirate player has signed. He's working on Garrett Cole's Pirate, or Garrett Cole and McCutcheon and all the Heritage gold refractors that all Pirates players have. And it's a battle to find these things. Out of 5, it's not even a question of, we've talked about those before. You have to find someone, usually it's willing to sell.
Willing to part with it. Yeah.
Who even has it? But yeah, these are very, very cool. So please give Blue Hen 2121 a follow. I've encouraged him to make his username a bit more card friendly, but he's a really good dude too. His page is a little tough to find, but yeah, Eric, you're right. He's a really, really good guy. Just a great collector. I love seeing focused collections like this are really fun to scroll through. Okay.
That's the old rookie card logo on there too.
Oh yeah. Speaking of focused collections and guys we like, but also weird people, who we don't want to stand next to at parties. SFO Sox fan posted this really fun Pedro Martinez card. Anytime you get the World Series trophy on a card, it's cool. But we're adding in an 80+ year drought and Stadium Club Chrome, and it's a wave refractor.
It's a wave, so it makes the trophy almost look like a diamond trophy or something. As we've talked about before, these wave parallels are exceedingly rare.
Yep, he does a good job of, and this was the second year, 2022, third year Stadium Club Chrome. They're approximately, I believe he says 35, up from 12 the first year, up to 35 the third year. Pedro, imagine being a Red Sox fan in 2001 and someone telling you, hey, in 21 years, you're going to get a really cool baseball card of Pedro Martinez holding a World Series championship trophy on his head, wearing a Red Sox World Series t-shirt. You wouldn't believe him.
Yeah. No, you'd be, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
This card is really, really cool. I wish there were autos of it, Jeff.
Yes, this would be great. Like that Veritech, that sweet Veritech Stadium Club that had
in 2022 gave us that Acuna holding his World Series ring auto with the 91 design. Imagine if they had this with the 91 design and Pedro signing it. Woo-hoo!
Yes, Keon, they're very rare. They're very rare. As he points out, they got a little less rare by 2022, which was the last year, sadly, of Stadium Club Chrome. But
he writes in here, if I squint hard enough, I can still read it, Jeff. They're 1 in 112 packs. The checklist is, I think, 400 cards still, so odds are not good. The print run is 35. So that's pretty tough.
Good call. Jam cards. That does look like the Dominican flag. He's got his World Series shirt on already.
Yep. Yeah. I love this card. This card is awesome.
It was like the peak of Pedro. I mean, those 5, maybe 6 years he had were some of the best of any pitcher all time, especially considering the high-powered offense that was going around on baseball at the time.
Oh, still the greatest ERA plus, I think, of any year.
Yeah, he was an order of magnitude better than everybody else.
Yep. And also, I want to point out a scoreless World Series start for the Red Sox in 2004. And also, look at the separation between chin and neck that we no longer see with Pedro Martinez.
No, I was going to say he looks young and svelte.
Yep.
And he's not that young there even, but he's still svelte.
Wow. Yeah, he's probably 30.
Yeah.
I like to think that's young, Jeff.
Yeah, I guess that's half our age.
My knees think that's pretty young.
It does look like he's wearing it as a crown. It's like a diamond crown on his head, Eric. Yeah.
He kind of was. I mean, for Red Sox, for a guy who loved Boston like he did, it felt kind of like being crowned for him, I think. Oh.
A little tease for tomorrow, SFO Sox fan. Tomorrow will be a little more World Series love for Pedro. If you like black parallels, which we do. All right, we'll check in. Keon, I mean, how could you not love watching Pedro Martinez just slice and dice through the American League in 1999 and 2000 are I think they're unparalleled. And those 2 seasons back to back. And Skubal just won 2 Cy Youngs, but I mean, what Pedro was doing, it's not the same level of dominance.
All right, we're going to continue the Red Sox love a little bit here. Thick boy. I just love this Manny Ramirez card. It's not super rare. Yes. It's just an SP, but this is fantastic.
I laughed when I saw it when this popped up on my IG feed today. He was just such a character, whether it's disappearing into the wall to go pee or sticking his head out or making a cutoff in the outfield. He was a lighthearted part of that team.
Yeah, and this card is so cool. And Topps knew then, like they gave it a little room to breathe. Like you can see the scoreboard. Like they didn't just zoom in, so it looks like he's in a treehouse. This card is very, very cool. I think today, unfortunately, Jeff, we get a shot of Ramirez just walking into the ballpark.
Yes,
with money falling out of his pockets. But
fancy.
This card is great.
Yeah.
Someone asked about in-person autos on cards. This is 100% a card I would think it would look really cool with the Manny Ramirez auto, right, Jeff?
Sure. Put a big auto that's spaced right underneath them. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Yep. Maybe get him to, in quotes, Manny being Manny. Awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Love that card. All right. So we're going to go to a different end of a collector / more of an investment card, but Berkshire baseball cards, possibly a play on Warren Buffett here. This is Miguel Cabrera's 2000 Topps update auto. These were inserted into complete sets, and not everyone had a Miguel Cabrera auto. So if you start buying complete sets to find one, good luck to you. But this is one of those cards, Jeff, where if you believe in Miguel Cabrera, he basically has one card.
That's it.
You can funnel all your excitement about Miguel Cabrera into one. He has one Topps flagship rookie card auto. And this is it right here. Guy looks like he's about 16 years old.
Yeah. And it's actually him on the card, which is nice.
Yeah. Auto's on card. And this one has a really, really nice auto. Very bold.
And speaking of chin to neck difference, yeah, there you get it. He does look so young, and he came up firing. Like right away, he was thrown into the fire and he was dominant. Yeah. I think he was hitting third in some of those World Series games. And we're all going to, that home run off Clemens will live forever. But yeah, this is awesome. And I like Pujols has the 2001 Bowman Chrome auto, and Cabrera has this slightly less well-known, but absolutely incredible. And Cabrera was one of the best top 10 right-handed bats of all time, I would say. And they were so dominant. And I was having a conversation online with friend of the channel, Mike Bassick, and he was talking about how Pujols is overlooked. And I just think the end of the career that Pujols and Cabrera both had, where they just was this long, slow decline, where they're just taking huge contracts and not playing very well, left a bad taste in people's mouth. The longer we get away from that, the more people are going to look at their careers as a whole, and especially the first decade that each of them had in their careers that were so dominant, and they're going to get more respect. Yeah, and Pujols, at least, Jeff, had sort of a little flair at the end. Yes, that was a nice way to go out. Yeah, Cabrera did not. I think Cabrera had like a negative WAR for his last 6 seasons. It was brutal, during which he made about $200 million. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely terrible. Fishiest fish. That's very funny. This card is awesome, and it looks great. And yeah, good luck finding one of these. They're tough to find. But if you want to get one before it goes into the Hall of Fame, you got 2 more years, I think. Yeah, Michigan Guards and Graphs. We meant to get into Gunnar and Soto. I have their tabs opened up on my computer. We're probably not going to get to them. They haven't been mentioned so far. I think we just got off on tangents, which we often do on these lives. So maybe Chris and I will make a video about those two. And yeah, we probably should do that. Yeah, Sorry. I'm certainly, Jeff had a plan and I derailed it. No, this is good. We got a lot of good discussion in. Okay. Yeah. They're damn right they did. All right, Joey Orozco posted, I just think these are really cool, and you don't see them enough. No. The Nick Kurtz's Topps Clear rookie card. By the way, am I wrong, Jeff? Since they moved to Sacramento, the greens have gotten greener. Really green. It's almost like a Kelly green, like a St. Patrick's Day green. They love it, especially with the high socks. These clears, you don't see them too much. There are only to 10, and just not all the products getting open. So how many ever see the light of day? Yeah, this is the first Kurtz Clear that I saw, and Kurtz Clear is just fun to say. Kurtz Card Clear. Yeah, Kurtz Card Clear. Yeah. This looks awesome. I love this thing. I don't know what he's going to do with it. Probably hang on to it. There's a lot of worry about Kurtz after the first couple of weeks of the season, but now he's walked in like 16 consecutive games, something outrageous like that. He's back. Yeah. Not like Brent Rooker. Don't get me started on the rest of that lineup.
Yeah, gee, yeah. Brent Rooker, Rafael Devers. I mean,
There's some guys who they didn't know the season started yet.
someone tell them. They need to know.
Please.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm a big believer in Kurtz. I like him a lot, and hopefully, maybe we'll see him in June, Jeff.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun to see him in Vegas, another minor league ballpark.
All right. Let's go with. I just like this card. This came from Rain In Cards. This is a Topps Archives. It's called Just Dingers. It's Will Smith and Max Muncy. If you're a Dodger fan and you enjoyed this I shouldn't say little, this run they've been on, which is 3 World Series in 6 years, it's a fantastic card of 2 guys who have starred for them. And this is by all means under $100.
Would you rather have this or a light used bat for $800?
Give me this.
Yeah,
Give me this.
I'll take that.
I like this card a lot. It's just fun. Just dingers is a really fun thing to say. So Jeff, I have 2 posts left. We mentioned them briefly. You want to give me a code? Which one do you want to save for our post of the week?
Oh.
If you recall the 2 options, one of them is a buddy of ours. The other one is someone we don't know. That helps. One is a great catch. One's a great patch.
Oh, I like those 2 options. I say we go with the patch
For
the post
of the week.
Yeah.
Okay. It's got to be the thing that gets him going, right?
Yeah. Maybe that's just what he needs to be called out on the show.
Because surely he's watching. Yeah, so Raining Cards, I like this a lot. If you're a Dodger fan, take a look. Again, this is some Archives. A Will Smith, Max Muncy dual auto. Oh wow. Well, there you go. Real Jackson. I mean, you're enjoying a little heyday here. You stuck around for a long time, and it's paying off. It's a great time to be a Dodger fan. It really is. And for $800, you can go to the stadium, get yourself a lightly used Max Muncy bat.
That's right.
Prove your fandom. Please don't do that. All right. This card comes from JC Mint 01.
Yes.
That picture is unsettling, I have to say. But I mostly just want to talk about the card. This is one of the greatest plays most famous plays in baseball history, Jeff. And here it is on a finest moments insert with an on-card auto. Very cool.
Yes. Is this a chrome finish? It almost looks like a chrome finish.
I believe it's a Topps finest card, so it should very much be a chrome.
Right,
finish.
which is it's almost jarring to see a play that you usually see in black and white on TV, seeing in a chrome finish with the auto. Really?
Yeah. So I feel like maybe a year or so ago we may have talked about this card, but I'm curious what you guys think. If you guys are still with us, Crazy Cryptids, she is a beaut. What version of this do you like better? If you were to choose between this card, the 2003 finest, or the 19, is it 59? 58.
No. Earlier.
Is it? No.
55?
No,
not 55.
I think it's 59. I'm going to say 59. People can prove me. They'll say I'm wrong. Or would you rather have the 1959 Topps card that says like the catch? And there's 3 sort of panels, 58, thank you. There's 3 panels of Mays making the catch. And he's signed about 30 total of those cards. Maybe a little bit few more if you go to all the grading companies. Which one would you rather have? Because I will say the finest from 2003 offers better. The autos are generally better.
Yeah.
Than the vintage card with the auto. So I don't know. Jeff and I have talked about picking up one, and we've gone back and forth. Interesting. Mr. Little Thor says shiny and is shiny. ATL Jeff Black says definitely the 58. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I probably would say the 58, but you don't know. I mean, people say you want a playing days card, but it wasn't signed when he was playing.
Probably not. I mean, maybe it was, but there's no way of knowing. You have to assume it wasn't.
Yeah.
But very, very cool. Either way, either version, there aren't a ton of these out there. So JC Mint 01, congrats on having this one. And if you have the 1958 with an auto, congrats on that one too. I think that's very, very cool. One of the greatest Willie Mays cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, Mad City Brew chiming in. We'd also like the 1958.
Yeah.
All right.
Seems to be the consensus, but
Who's ready for a nepotistic, incestual clip of the week or post of the week?
what could it be?
Blabbin' bout slabbing! Instagram post of the week!
Please hit. Acuna, please. Please hit.
How are they the best team in baseball with him not awake yet?
It's insane. His OBP is still really high. He's getting on base like a 360 clip.
Okay, that's good.
But man, oh man, does he look helpless sometimes. And it's so weird to see him like this. So this card comes from our good buddy Filmington, who is cards maxing right here with this Acuna Dynasty 1 of 1 with a really sick patch. His rookie card. This is his best Dynasty image. He's kind of tapping his head, making a face. Card just looks awesome. But it would look a lot more awesome if Acuna had 7 home runs, Jeff.
Yeah, he's not on a 40-70 pace. Let's just say that.
No. He is indeed flex maxing on us. His foot speed is definitely down, which was to be expected with 2 knee replacements or 2.
You would think so.
Arm strength is still on point. He is gunning people out his usual way. But man, the bat, Jeff, he is just getting blown away with heaters in a way that we haven't really seen other than the beginning of the 2024 season before he suffered ACL tear number 2. He looked equally tired as he does right now. I don't know. I have to believe that he's going to rhymes with the roof. That's a low blow there. I have to believe he's going to wake up and go nuts. Hopefully the calendar turns to May tomorrow, Jeff, and he just turns it on.
He seems healthy, so I feel like it's just a matter of time. He's so talented. I feel like it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I think it's just a timing issue. I mean, think of how good Drake Baldwin and Matt Olson have been, the amount of RBIs they've missed out on because this gentleman is not doing more and the runs scored he's not getting. But I think he's going to find it.
Yeah, I didn't realize his OBP was that high. That's good. That gives me some hope. So he's got a good eye up there. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the patch is so chunky.
Yeah, Filmington is deep into Dynasty. So Chris and I are seeing more Dynasty cards than we've ever seen before because of our spitballing brethren in the Dynasty realm. And it's hard to argue with the coolness factor of this one.
Yeah, this one looks great. Filmington is definitely a Dynasty maxing. Yeah. And he's pushing it to levels never before seen, at least certainly in our circles. This Acuna, though, the image is great. Like a lot of these Dynasty cards, I call them like mugshot cards. There's no personality, there's nothing. Right. It's just like a headshot. But there's actually a lot of Acuna in this image. A lot of personality here, a lot of attitude. I love this card. I think this card looks great. I'm happy Filmington was able to pick this one up. And yeah, hopefully he is the opposite of me. He buys a nice card of a player and that player takes off.
How did you do in the WBC, Chris?
Really well. Oh, his OPS is over 900. A couple of home runs. Yeah, I think it's
Cubs fan throwing this out. PCA finally got it going. Let's believe that Acuna can.
I benched PCA this week. You're welcome.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah. Chris, I forgot to tell you, last week, for the first time all season, I benched Matt McLean. And you know what he did that day? 2 home runs, 4 RBIs.
Yeah. I'm amazed. Like,
cost me the week.
I thought I was the dumbest person alive because I went into last year, so 2025 fantasy. I kept Matt McLean.
I remember
he
that.
Didn't play a game in 2024. I kept him, and he was awful. And I'm like, I never again. I saw people drafting him around like 130th. I'm like, what? Jeff got him a lot later than that. But I mean, there's just, we are clinging to a season that's now like almost 4 years in the past.
And then one time I finally give up on him, he dominates. Yeah. He should be able to hit in that ballpark too.
He should. We all should. Even Ozuna should be able to hit in that ballpark. Fishiest fish out. Cole Young goes in starting on Monday. So you guys let me know what happens, okay?
Skeens, I don't know. Skeens has looked very human. He's had a couple really rough starts. He's not looked quite as untouchable. Terang's defense is great, and he's hitting well. But yeah, the WBC curse is real.
Scooble's been great. I mean, Judge has 12 home runs.
That's true.
What I mean, Harper's got pretty good numbers. I don't know. I'm not sure who's really cursed. Otani's doing really, really well. He's given up like 2 runs in 30 innings. I don't know. I think we're all looking for any excuse to.
Yes, anybody that's doing poorly, let's link it to that. Devers didn't even play. Terrible.
No, I wish. I honestly, at this point, I just wish he was hurt.
Yeah,
but he just looks fat and slow. And that's not good.
Yeah,
but yeah, Trout's. My Braves trading for Mike Trout hope is beginning to really bubble because I am sick and tired of watching Mike Yastrzemski.
I would love to see that, man. I would love to see Trout in some meaningful games.
Yeah, I was annoyed at the signing of Yastrzemski. People try to tell me he's a really good ball player. For about a week, he was doing fun stuff, but now he's exactly what anyone would have known he was going to be.
He's no profile.
A replacement level outfielder you could find anywhere that we're giving $30 million to over the next couple of years.
Hey.
Yeah, ATL Jeff Black, Austin Riley. I mean, at this point, shave your goddamn head. Like, try something different. You got to shake something up. Shave all the hair.
Yeah, do it.
He is the most automatic strikeout. It's bad, Jeff. It's really, really bad. He looks completely lost.
Well, maybe you getting that PSA 10 of his auto on his best looking card will turn things around.
Maybe. But at some point, the Braves are going to need Acuna and Riley to hit.
Yep.
Because
I mean, the fact that they're doing so well with those two guys not doing anything is pretty impressive.
They're doing this well, Jeff. Can you tell me who their 5-man starting rotation is right now? The last 5 pitchers that pitched. Can you tell me who they were?
Chris Sale.
Yep.
Don't they have a guy named Richie?
Yep.
Last name Richie of some sort.
Yep.
I don't even know who else they have.
What if I told you Martin Perez?
Oh, sounds vaguely familiar. I thought he was a position player.
In fact, Martin Perez has pitched so well for them that Reynaldo Lopez got kicked to the bullpen.
Oh, and wasn't he the poster boy last year for Brave starters having good starts?
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elderberry. Yeah.
Bryce Elder. Yep. And Spencer Strider comes back on Sunday.
In Colorado.
Welcome back to the big leagues. You did it. Go pitch in Colorado. It's mean. And then his next start will be at Dodger Stadium. So
we'll find out really, really quickly how he feels. His confidence will be either completely shattered or he'll be ready to have a good season.
There's a phrase. It's like out of the fire, out of the frying pan into the fire or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, Meatloaf had a song called that too, just like 2 out of 3 in bad.
I mean, is our entire year just going to be Meatloaf lyrics, Jeff?
Yes. Pretty much anything you could think of is a Meatloaf song title.
All right. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Can't complain. The star of Fight Club is also a good songwriter.
That's true. Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Chris, from Charlotte. Again, we're all sorry to hear about your loss, but we're glad that you shared some memories of your time with your dad with us.
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words from everyone here. That was very kind of you. He loved baseball. He's the reason I love baseball. Still to this day.
We'll get well soon because next week, I believe, is SSP Thursday.
That's right.
So,
yeah. And I think Jeff actually has something cool to post this week. Or I've just built up something he can't deliver on. Either way, it's fun for me.
All right. Well, stay tuned. I'll try to dig something up.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining. If you are lucky enough to have your parents around, which we talked about earlier, please give them a call and talk some baseball with them.
Yeah. Open up a box with your dad sometime this summer. You'll be happy you did.
Yep.
Especially as much as I hate Stadium Club this year. That's a great box. It's a great product because there'll be guys from your dad watched and guys you're watching now. There's good veterans in there.
That's a good call. It's a good mix.
Yeah.
Thanks, Michigan Cards Graphs. Yes, please hit the like on the way out. Please subscribe. That helps us get to more people. Please use our code if you buy from eBay because that helps us out too. Thanks, everybody. If you have any questions for us, feel free to hit us up on Instagram, Baseball Card Addict, My Favorite Cardboard, or Blab About Slabbin. And until next week.
If you buy a Matt Olson card, tell us about it next week.
Yes, we'll see. We'll see how well it works. Then we're gonna go buy them after all that, and
Right.
the prices go up. All right, see you guys. Thank you.